Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Kim Mulkey walks into your home wearing what she had on last night. You say, is this a game?
No. What would you do, Bart?
Bart leaves the room. She chases him.
God almighty.
Jason Bart around
Making
the house, dressed
weird
up like a cat.
tiger sound.
Yeah. What would you do, Bart?
I have a baseball bat. It would come in handy.
There's Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And he's the one with the baseball bat.
No, there would be no chase. No. There would be no chase. There would be no chase.
Pinned up against the corner.
No. No.
If you're not for Kim Mulkey, maybe we can find somebody that is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
I
you,
think
Pete
it's
Weber. Pete Weber, 14 years ago yesterday, won the 2012 U.S. Open of bowling and was very, very impressed with himself. Remember this?
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it.
It's the only time we paid attention to bowling.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Pete Weber. Oh, yeah. You think he'd be a
Power
good match
couple.
for Kim Mulkey?
Yes,
Power couple?
Power couple. Pete Weber, Kim Mulkey.
You got competition, Bart.
Yeah.
No, he's free. He's free to
I don't
win.
think I'm going to be able to get that image out of my mind all day. Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around the house. Oh, my God. That is brutal. Stomach turning.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
How awesome is it that Cal took the Arkansas job and we're getting to experience this stuff? Where were they going to go?
Well,
after us?
and
what were
yes.
they going to do?
And sometimes as fans, we get all caught up in, well, what have they not done? Yeah, we get caught up in, well, they've not done this, they've not done that. Yeah, but, making us feel like we're better fans or smarter fans. Let's just enjoy this.
Enjoy the heck out of it.
Let's just
my
enjoy what
God.
we're watching because it is pretty
The
special.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
At my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I wonder what it was like in the gym at Farmington last night when Cal and company walked in to watch J.J. Andrews play. And by company, I mean like Kenny Payne, Chen Coleman, the whole deal. I was wondering what it was like as I was watching this last night, and then I walk in this morning, and, Bo, you were there.
Yeah.
It was a big event. I should have known you would be there. And it's not an event unless Bo's
right.
there, and if Bo's there, it is an event.
Yeah. that's
So,
right.
well, J.J. Andrews and Cal helped too. But
Well, the
it
first
sounds
thing-
like it was a great
just,
night.
Just to let you know, the first thing, when you pull up and you're trying to park, there's some kid, a high school student, because they had to bring in the reinforcements.
Sure.
So they sent a couple of high school kids out to the parking lot to let you know the lot was full. And I said, well, I'll circle around and come out. And of course, I found a spot,
Sure.
on a curb or something.
Absolutely.
And but it was auxiliary parking. And that was well before J.J. Andrews was to play. This was for the girls' game where Easton McCullough, the star sophomore at Farmington, who's got offers all over the country and scored 29 last night, scored 54, hit 12 three-pointers, which I believe is a record in the game before that she was playing. It was packed for the girls' game.
I love state tournaments. I mean, that's what I cut my teeth on. Yeah, back when I was 19, 20, 21 years old doing high school games on the radio. And these gyms, some of them, are borderline arenas, but most of them are gyms. And they are packed. Try to find a parking spot. And, I can remember talking about Cal being in there. I can remember when I was in high school. we had a player that the Razorbacks were recruiting. And if you've grown up in Arkansas in a small town, over the course of your lifetime, there's one, maybe two, if you're lucky, one player that the Razorbacks recruit. And when the coach comes to town, it is the biggest deal, certainly that happens that year. But Arkansas was recruiting a kid, and I remember Jim Counts was on Eddie Sutton's staff then, and he came to watch him play. I think everybody in the stands watched Jim Counts watch the game more than they watched the game itself. And it's a big deal. And I know Farmington's right in the backyard, but I also know there are times when it probably seems a lot further away than that. And for the kids from the towns from other parts of the state who were in Farmington to watch the game, I know it was a big deal. And sounds like it was quite a show, too.
It was quite a show. I couldn't leave the game. The boys' game didn't start until
what time did you get home?
8:30, about 10:45.
That's awesome,
and
man.
I live, not far from there.
Yeah, I know.
So I was just like, I was deliriously driving home.
Oh,
going,
I hear
man,
you. I feel you.
Slept an extra 10 minutes this morning. I mean, I felt like you this morning after calling a
You're
game.
on fumes, man. I get it.
The game ends. Everybody else goes to bed. You still got to wrap up the post game and get out of there. I couldn't just walk from the living room to the bedroom. I had to go home.
It's a lot easier when you can do it that way.
I'm used to cheating this deal and going to bed a little bit earlier. But, man, it was an exciting night. And
I'm sure it was.
You're right. When Cal walked in, they brought him in the back. And so it's not like he made an entrance and walked across the court in front of everyone. But you could just see the
word
whispers.
gets around.
Right.
Yeah.
The whispers just started around the gym. And it was kind of like the next thing you know, you're looking at Cal over there in the corner and you've missed a couple plays in the game. Because, when somebody would come talk to him, when he walks in a room, he has that factor.
That is,
he's there.
It's first off,
not like he's in like a big entrance.
Right.
Just learn quickly that he's there.
No, he's not as big entrance a guy. In fact, if you'll notice, lots of times on the road, Cal comes out as the other team's coming on the floor. Yeah, so the crowd's cheering for the other team. Lots of coaches do that, but it's his personal magnetism, but it also is the power of the Razorbacks. We were talking about yesterday, Coach Holtz passing away. I grew up in Clarksville, and there used to be a place on the side of the interstate there where you could buy peaches, and lots of people would stop. Coach Holtz stopped there years ago, and it was like top full front page of the local newspaper the next week. It was like a huge deal. And so I understand what it was like for those folks last night, and I'm happy for them.
Well, it was a fun night.
And it sounds like there were some great games.
I was going to leave at halftime with the boys' game, and I couldn't. I kind of felt invested. Is Farmington going to pull this off? And this happens so often, maybe more in high school sports. It was a little taste of March Madness. That's what's going on in high school.
It's like Hoosiers, man.
If you're not following Varsity Vibe, our sports media company that promotes high school sports, a bunch of highlights, Varsity Vibe AR all over social media, varsityvibearkansas.com. There's buzzer beaters happening all over the place. And so often this kind of thing can happen in high school sports, particularly where you show up to watch J.J. Andrews, who is, a 5-star that is coming to Arkansas next year. And he got his 28 last night. And then there's some kid on the other team that you may have never heard of, and he has the game of his life. And the whole team has the game, what feels like. I'm not pretending they weren't a good basketball team. I think they're the first. Farmington's the one seed in their class because Little Rock Christian, I think JJ was out for some games, and they lost a few games when he was out. So it's not like this team can't play, but everybody in the gym's expecting, other than Farmington, everybody's expecting Little Rock Christian to win the game. And these kids from Farmington, I mean, Chuck, it felt like a mini Hoosiers.
Oh, I understand. And here's the thing about state tournaments. 95% of the kids, they're going to be at an 8 o'clock class at Arkansas Tech next year, or UCA, or NWAC, or somewhere. They're not going to to play college basketball.
These are the memories of their life.
Yes, this is their final
four.
There's
no NIL.
That's right.
There's no pay for play.
No.
None of that going on.
They paid to play.
Yeah,
it's basically what it boils down to.
And it is like the biggest deal.
Well,
it was cool to see.
And I know this week for these kids and these families and in these small towns, you got some of these small schools. I saw a picture yesterday. I think it was Dirks that was playing, or Derek's, as they say down there. They were playing somebody. I don't know who it was, but there must not have been anybody left in the town. I mean, if you wanted to rob the bank, yesterday was your day. There was nobody there. And but that's how towns get into this stuff. And it's pretty special.
It's awesome. I mean, it'd be great just to go around to these towns. I always love going to these gyms. The way they build them now, even when they're newer, they're not huge gyms, you know, in smaller school situations. But the way they build the gyms now is so great because you can be on the concourse and see the game.
Yeah.
You know, you can go in some gyms and it's your floor level until you get up in the stands where you can see. Well, you come in on the concourse. And so even if you can't get a seat, it's just lined around the entire court of people standing and watching with this. We had 2 seats next to us that 2 kids were in, and they got up and they never came back, like 2 little kids. And by the 3rd or 4th person that came and asked if they could get in the seats, we just said fine because we didn't know if those kids were coming back. But that if you have 2 seats open next to you, you're going to get bothered the entire game.
Oh, yeah.
Is anybody sitting there?
Yeah.
Is anybody sitting there?
No,
there are no
right.
seats.
Yeah. Can you guys scoot over?
It was cool. It was good. It was late.
So how'd JJ
It was a
do?
good night.
How'd JJ do?
started-
Farmington won, but
Yeah.
JJ, I guess, did well.
He started slow, but they were running the whole team at him. You know, I mean, he was
All 5 guys.
like literally there. Every guy touched him on a possession at once, like in the paint. And there was nowhere to go, and he somehow found a way. In the second half, they were down double digits most of the game. It was 7-8, then 10, 11, 12. You know, most of the game, and the game wasn't over until the very end. He brought his team back, and his teammates played well around him in the second half, but he figured out a way to score 28 points. I don't know how. And he had them right there. He had a big 3 at the end, I think, to cut it to 3. And then, you know, they were fouling and playing full court defense. And then Farmington made a couple of big free throws, you know, just to hang on for dear life and got out of there with a win. But he's a special talent.
Yes, Farmington folks, we know you won.
Yeah.
I mean, how come you hadn't said we won? How come you? Because that's not really the story, but we are glad that you won. Just
Did
the
we not
event
say?
was the story.
I thought I said it.
Well, I mean, everyone's saying who won,
yeah.
who won, who won.
But I'll tell you, Eli Schwartzman is a name that you've probably not heard of. I knew Eli when he was a kid because he's a year younger than Ty. And so they ran into each other a couple times playing, like a really, really young, like 4th grade.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know I haven't really followed him. I didn't even know. And I'm like, wait, I know that kid. And then I just watched him and I was like, how is he doing what he's doing? And by the way, they played with 6 guys. I don't know how most of them made it through the game. Like Eli Schwartzman, the point guard for Farmington, never came off the floor. I mean, I'm not saying he's A-cup, but it's kind of like, you know, you're like, how does this guy not coming out of the game ever?
They're kids, man. They can play forever.
And I mean, he's going against pressure like full court the whole game, or at least 3/4 of it. And, we know Farmington won. Farmington won both games. I think some people thought
they're the real deal.
Little Rock
They
Christian would win both games. But anyhow, this is happening. This is not a
it's
vacuum
all
there.
over. No, it's not.
Cal was at this game.
Yes, that's what made it big.
When we're talking about that fact, it wasn't just Cal's. Kenny Payne and Chen Colbin. I saw Z came in, sat down,
course.
in the middle of the coaches for a while, and then when more coaches showed up, Z was relegated to standing room on the sideline. Which he got up and
I can see it now.
Z was like the mayor at the game. Though.
I
He's
know
just
he
walking
was.
around.
I know how he
and
is.
Just like, where'd he go? And then he's over there talking to somebody else. I mean,
I know what he does.
But everybody wanted to.
He was raised on that. He was a high school coach in Dardanelle when Mike Anderson plucked him literally out of class and offered him a job on the UAB staff. I mean, this is how he was raised. I know.
Oh, he's in it.
Yeah.
And everybody, that's in high school sports right now is in it. This is it really got me kind of revved up for the rest of March. Like when we talk about March, we think about the NCAA tournament. But if you think about it, they're like, I know Fayetteville's going to Bryant today. My daughter will get home at 2 a.m. again this morning. Going down there to cheer on the team. the teams all over our state in do or die games right now. You win or go home. Win and you got a chance to win the state championship. That just leads, and we know there's some conference tournaments already happening in college, but all of March is this way in basketball somewhere.
Oh,
and
it's
a lot of it's on
basketball's
TV.
month. This is the month for basketball. I mean, this is
It's
it.
not just the NCAA
No,
tournament.
no.
These conference tournaments that you have to win to get in the NCAA tournament. When's Miami of Ohio play again? I'm interested in
Tonight.
Okay, so if they finish the season undefeated, there is a debate. It starts with Bart, as it always does, on whether Miami of Ohio, who has not lost a game all year, should be an at-large team in the NCAA tournament if they don't win their conference tournament. Because, when you play in the MAC, you haven't played
Oh,
the
no,
schedule.
I think they should absolutely be in. They're undefeated. Like, I think they should be
Bruce
in the
Pearl
NCAA
says they
tournament.
shouldn't be
well,
in.
Bruce is advocating for his son.
You're right.
And Auburn should not be in the NCAA tournament. They just have entirely too many losses.
You think they should be in. You were just saying that
I
they
think
played a really weak schedule.
I think they absolutely should be in. They're undefeated. If you're undefeated, and okay, so what? They lose a game in their conference tournament or whatever. They're 31-1 or 32-1, whatever it ends up being. They should absolutely.
What if
be
they
in.
lose tonight and then lose a game in their conference tournament? Should they still be in? See, this is now. Imagine playing your entire season.
Yeah.
You don't lose a
no,
game.
I do.
And
I
it
think
comes
they
down
should,
to
Put
that
them in
for
the
some
play-in
people.
game.
I think,
Put them in the
I think
play-in
they should
game.
be in an at-large team.
I do too.
Now, look, I'm of the opinion that they'll get matched up against a team that will absolutely expose them in the NCAA tournament. But they have done everything asked of them to this point in the season, right? Like, they have won every game on their schedule. There was a report that came out yesterday. I think it was from The Athletic. I can't remember exactly who, though. I'll look and figure that out. But talking about, they did a FOIA request to see who Miami tried to schedule this year, like the schools they contacted to try to schedule, and these schools all said no. Like they tried to schedule like big teams and couldn't get
You
games.
sent that in the pre-notes package to the committee. That's amazing.
So I mean, they've done all they can do. They deserve to. They absolutely deserve to be in the tournament.
The point I'm making is we've got all of these things at stake right now.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not.
awesome.
It's not just the ball.
We've
tips
already
off
got buzzer
in
beaters.
the NCAA tournament. I mean, all of these, whether it's high school, college, there's so much at stake for so many people, and for many of them, it'll be memories of a lifetime, one way or the other.
One of the great things about basketball is, and I'm not going to debate which sport's better, but in basketball, David can beat Goliath. And, I mean, they make movies about it when it happens. And in football, that does not happen, and it won't happen. And people have tried to equate the two in hopes that it will happen in football, but it won't. It hasn't, it won't, never will. Basketball happens every year. It'll happen today. And that's what is one of the things. I'm not saying, again, basketball's better.
But it's
I'm just saying at tournament time,
it's so good.
You see things that you don't see in some of the other sports.
And we've got a really awesome story. Besides just the Razorbacks, we've got another really awesome story here, and it's UCA's season.
Yeah, they're going to go to the big dance.
And if they can make the NCAA tournament, they are going to have to win their conference. They play in the quarterfinals today against Bellarmine down in Jacksonville, the A-Sun tournament. But I mean, they went 15-3 in conference play this year.
Won the league.
They're 20-11 overall. Can UCA make it to the NCAA tournament? That's been one of the worst programs in college basketball for the last decade or so.
Can you imagine?
They'll play Duke.
Having,
I mean, they will.
Before you even get that chance, can you imagine being what you just described, having basically a historical year at UCA, and then on top of that, Chuck, you've got to go win your tournament.
Right.
To get into the biggest event that everybody dreams of being in.
Well, lots of schools play basketball. Only 68 of them get into the NCAA
like 300
tournament.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about it like it's just this huge number. But there are over 300 schools out there that play Division I basketball and are in a position to theoretically qualify for this tournament. So it ought to be hard. I mean, it should be hard. Sometimes the Power 4 or Power 5, whatever they are now, sometimes they do have a leg up. There's no question. And it does seem unfair when a team like UCA that wins their league still has to win the tournament just to get in. But that's how many teams are playing college basketball out there. And I hope they do. I hope they pull it off because they've had a year to remember.
Well, make sure you're in the IRS tournament and get your taxes done.
They're still out there.
You don't want to be left out of that one. H&R Block will help you get in and get it done and get it right. 100% accuracy and a max refund guaranteed. That is not a tournament you want to miss. And you want the best players to help you, and they can do it at H&R Block. Walk in or make an appointment today at 6:20. We're getting started on a Friday.
Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
What's your Oaklawn? Is it hitting the slots for fun and high fives? Or having a round at Silk's Bar and Grill before the action? Play your way at Oaklawn's 24/7 non-smoking casino. With 1,500 slot machines, live roulette, craps, and blackjack, a sports book where you can watch and wager on your favorite games, and live entertainment at Pop's Lounge, you'll never run out of fun. It's time for more winning and more excitement at Oaklawn. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
There's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. All right, it's officially tax season, and your local H&R Block is ready to knock it out with you. You can just walk in or grab an appointment, and you're getting 100% accuracy in your max refund or your money back. That's real people right here in your neighborhood, helping you get it done the right way. Not just now, but year-round. H&R Block. Walk in or book an appointment today. If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand? It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. By the way, good morning. We just kind of jumped in, and we're
Hey,
coffee deep. And hey, everybody,
Morning, Bart.
welcome in.
Edward.
I smell the bacon cooking. It's going to be a good day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Man, I can't believe it's Friday.
I know.
It's like just flown by.
We're at March Madness
Whitlock
already.
gets to the line, puts it up for the win. It's good! The half-court heave sends Lehigh to the semis.
There you go. It's
That's big.
already happening.
Buzzer beaters, baby.
Half court heave. Good morning. It's Friday. What are we going to do
I
today?
enjoyed that buzzer beater.
Did you have some money
You
on
won- you
Lehigh?
won some money. I can hear it in the voice.
Yeah.
How are you doing so
I-
far
I
in the
had- I
early
had a
rounds
little,
of the obscure conference tournaments?
I had a little parlay, Boston University and Lehigh, and Boston came away with a 75-73 win over American University, and then Lehigh hits the buzzer beater to win.
Did you have good odds?
It was plus money.
Well, I know, but I figured because you had a
Yeah.
parlay. But was it good? Like it was plus 150, plus 200?
Yeah, it was like plus 160 something, I think.
Now, when Lehigh's playing a game like that, are you like, have you found it on your computer, or your television? Are you keeping up? How do you keep track of your money, Bart?
Oh yes, I was
all right.
I was tuned in. Don't make no mistake.
Watching Lehigh. That's
Make no
big.
mistake.
That's a junkie right there.
Oh, hey, it's these conference tournaments, man. I will watch as much of it as I possibly can.
What's
They're
your
so
setup?
fun.
Do you have iPads and TVs and?
Yeah, I've got my
Laptops
TV. I'll do a quad box. When I can.
Is everything at arm's reach? I mean, I've just got this vision of you in a comfortable chair, everything within reach.
Yeah. Either the recliner or the sectional. Either.
Do you have a man cave at this house
house
that
is
you
a man
own and
cave.
live in by yourself, right? Do you? I don't mean that. No, some people prefer that. I don't. I'm not casting stones.
At my you could have just said at your house.
Well, I wanted to set the scene. I wanted to give the accurate
people to get a
depiction
full picture.
and you'll
At
see
this house where you're a loser living by yourself
Watching
with
Lehigh.
no life, watching Lehigh.
I have been accused before of not always delivering or articulating things
Mr. Sensitive over
in the
here.
right way. But here's the question. So after setting the scene as I did, the question, the follow-up to that was, do you have a man cave or is it your entire home? So you don't feel the need to have a man cave because you live by alone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay.
I don't mean it like
Do you
that.
leave your dirty clothes in the living room,
No.
Bart?
Oh, no.
I've not been in Bart's house, but I could almost bet.
Oh, I'm sure that does not
assure you
happen.
that is not happening.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know if you had what the setup for a
No.
single man living his best life. How about that? A single man living his best life looks like.
No, I wouldn't say I have a man cave per se. I do have a TV in the garage and a little setup out there. But
Do you get bored of watching it in your living room?
You go
and just
play
kinda
darts or something
go
on
out
the
in the
garage?
no, it's I do have a dartboard. Yeah,
Standard garage fare for a single man.
Yeah.
Do you have a lit up Coors Light sign?
No.
to throw back
No.
Neon that
And
says like
neon.
Bud Light.
Yes.
No, I don't have that.
Back in the day.
I don't have
We need to get you a Flight by Yingling neon sign to put in your garage to go right next to your golf cart.
I've got one
that'd
of
be
those.
sick.
It says like 2006. It's a Cardinals deal from
Yeah.
Anheuser-Busch, 2006
How about
World
that?
Champions.
I do
Put
have
that
my
thing
golf
in.
equipment out there, you
Sure.
know, all that stuff.
Yeah,
I have a
send
little like bar table in there as well.
One more question before we take Arthur's call, who will also have thoughts on gambling. I'm quite certain. Did you win as much money as Big Keith did on his And his parlay is 8-team parlay. where it
No,
picked
but
baseball non-conference winners.
I also bet like an intelligent person.
Well, I mean, it's hard to argue.
He
with
won
20
$2,300.
Yeah.
I wonder how much of that's left. How much do you think that's left? How much of that you think?
The large scale money line parlays, like the 8, 9, 10 team money line parlays in college baseball, and placing large amounts of cash on that's questionable. That's questionable.
It was winnable for Key.
Okay, one.
Well, he said it's happened a couple times.
Okay,
but
I like to win every day.
He also needed, a gift card from Walmart.
I like to win.
Arthur,
every day.
do you have a minute? You got a minute, Arthur?
Yeah, I got a minute.
Okay, because we're going to take another break and come back. I just want to make sure you get. Oh,
that's fine.
That'd be all right.
Well, you can just.
We
can talk during the commercial break too if you want to. I'm here.
I don't like to use it up on the driving range. This could be a quality call, and I'd hate for all the good content to be lost. So if you'll just stick around, Arthur's going to have a great call. I wanted to test it right there. I can just tell it's going to be. Can you tell? It's going to be great.
It is.
It is going to be great.
Epic, perhaps.
Absolutely. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank, helping Arkansans bank better every day. How do you bank better? Well, you go into a First Security Bank location, you see a friendly face, you ask them a question, you get answers. And they're going to treat you like your family because they know what it's like living here. They've built their entire lives here. You're dealing with local Arkansans every day, not somebody that just came in and threw up a branch and they're trying to figure it out. They know Arkansas, and they know what it's like to live here. FSBank.com. You can find them online. First Security Bank, member FDIC.
There are a lot of stupid people in the world, man. I think you underestimate the number of stupid people out there.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Every Hog fan dreams of stepping onto that dirt at Baum-Walker Stadium, and thanks to G&G Insurance, that dream is wide open. G&G is Fayetteville's choice for home, auto, and business insurance because they're fans just like us. They want to put you on the mound to throw out the first pitch at an Arkansas game this season. Visit ggfirstpitch.com, get a quote from their local experts, and you're in the running. Just takes a few minutes to see how much you could save, and it might land you in the center of the diamond. That's ggfirstpitch.com to win today.
All right, it's officially tax season, and your local H&R Block is ready to knock it out with you. You can just walk in or grab an appointment, and you're getting 100% accuracy in your max refund or your money back. That's real people right here in your neighborhood, helping you get it done the right way. Not just now, but year-round. H&R Block. Walk in or book an appointment today. Chuck has thoughts.
I'm going to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
One of my things right now, why am I still going? I can't leave this profession like it is and then walk away because my son's in this profession. There are young coaches in this profession. And so I'm looking at this saying, we got to be part of this solution before we walk away from this. And that's part of my purpose now. Why is he speaking out about this? I want the kids to make money. I always have. I've been one of those coaches that said they should have a right to their name, image, and likeness. It's theirs. They should be able to sell it. Because we wouldn't respond that way, because of the arrogance, because of the way where you're worried about the organization instead of the kids, we're where we are right now. Now, free agency, NIL, tampering, offering, all this stuff, instead of you come with me because I can make a difference in your life. We can work together. I'm not telling you I have a magic wand, but what I'm telling you is these kids, look what they've done, where they've gone. And they were sitting where you were. So we have a history of doing it, but I can't do it for you. But I've always been about the kids getting money. I've been that way. But now where we are, no guardrails, no rules. They'll make rules to certain people now. We'll go back to, things. They're paying a quarterback $6-7 million. How? I mean, I don't understand under what we're doing how you do that. I don't care that they do it, but just explain to us how we're to do this.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
That's why I came here, because you can do special things. Coach Sutton did it. Coach Richardson did it. Now let's see if we can do it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, as promised, we'll go to Vermont, Chuck.
Arthur,
You ready? Here he is.
the king.
Arthur, good morning.
Hey, good morning. You know, I don't like the term loser. I prefer sports degenerate. You know, it sounds better. It's kind of a better branding. You know, it's a sad life, but it is, you know, it is a life. The only difference is I do have a girlfriend. So, yeah, you know, gal pal Val, she's doing well. But where was I go? Oh yeah, I you know, a couple of weeks ago, everybody was losing their mind with this whole, you know, after the big meeting they had about you know, where they were coming up with money. And I was just like, man, the people that fund this program, and God bless them, because I enjoy it more than they could possibly know. It is a source of pride for Arkansas. They will figure it out. And sure enough, they figured it out. You know, I just got to get on the computer and figure out the link you thing that I've been telling myself I'm going to be doing for 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm going to figure it out today. And I'm you know, I feel like I got to contribute something, because it may not be much, but if there's 10,000 people like me and doing this all together, it is going to be important. You know why it's important, Chuck?
Why? I want to hear you say it. I want to hear how you say it.
Oh, okay. Well, if 10,000 people give $300, that's enough for a couple of role players on the bench. And I'm telling you, that can be the difference between getting to the Final Four and putting us over the top, or having that, you know, special teams player that knows how to block a punt. You know, I mean, you got to – these things, this is what I think about. I mean, it is a sports degenerate type of thought. But anyway, I love the statue idea, and I'm so happy we beat the brakes off Texas. The only thing I wish it would have been in well, they wouldn't have had the ceremony in Dallas. But, there's nothing more than I like watching. Hopefully next year I can get a chance to go to a basketball game in Dallas. But it was a great season. And is it true that J.J. Andrews is the son of Sean Andrews? Did I hear that right?
That is true, yes.
He was at Sean was at the game
wow.
last night and looked like he did when he left to go to the NFL. I mean, massive individual. Arms the size of my legs.
The thing about him is when that was a glorious time in War Memorial's history, is the years that he was there and a few years after that. But where my seat was in War Memorial was right behind the family. Like, it was so funny when he would run off the field. He would always, after they scored a touchdown and they do the extra point, and he'd be jogging to the sideline, and he'd look over there and wave to his mama. His mom would be like, "Oh, that's my boy," and then his brother is massive too. I think his brother either went to Ole Miss yeah. So, and then I gotta.
When I listen to Arthur, sometimes when I listen to your calls, I just wonder, like, in your brain, do you know where you're going next?
Well, I've got all week to think about this because I'm listening to the show all week. So when you guys were talking about J.J. Andrews and the thing about the NIL deal, I got one day to get it all in. So I'm going to try something this year because I read an article last year that if you put $100 of money line on every NCAA tournament favorite, by the end of the tournament, I think you get like a 30% return on your money. So what is that, like 32? It's like an extra $1,000. I don't really like to. I'm not going to put that much. I'm going to put $30 because I don't want to eat up my college football base.
What do you think of this strategy, Bart? Bart is leaned back doing a Frank Broyles nap right now in the middle of something. That's how.
That's not how you would do it?
That's how the legendary Broyles would do it. You wouldn't put 30 on every money line?
No.
What if you were guaranteed to win? I mean, what if the numbers showed you get a 30% return?
That's like the Carl Ravage thing. You're going to win at least half of them, right?
I don't think
so.
That's accurate.
Anyway, I like I said, I would put $100 on each, but I don't want to eat up my, just in case it goes south. I don't want to eat up my college football.
Well, scared money. Scared money doesn't win, Arthur. Come on, you know that.
Well,
you certainly learned that in prison. Come on.
No, I found that bankroll protection is paramount to this game. You can only
have some money left over.
You gotta have your money left over, but unless I gotta have investment money, I've already purchased my Phil Stills and all the bells and whistles with it, so. I'm gearing up for another big college football season, but I hope you guys have a good day, and I really appreciate you letting me call. And
well, we're glad you did. We're glad you're doing well.
Yeah,
it sounds like you got your head on straight. You're managing your money right.
Oh yeah, I'm about my money now. But that's all I got,
all right,
guys.
man.
So have a good day,
You too.
I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Good to talk to you. Have a great weekend. Enjoy all the games.
Well, you got to have your own system. I mean, for Arthur, it's, $30 a game.
He's done the research.
On the money line. And Bart, I know as a system, sounds like it's a little different than maybe Arthur's.
I mean, yes.
Slightly.
Yeah. I'm not going to play every single game.
I thought you were going to say you're not going to divulge your system.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it secret?
Well, no, anything, if you want to rely solely on historical trends, you can, but that can really bite you too. There's a trend.
I know you love data, Bart.
That I do. There's a trend that it has to do with first half unders, betting first half unders in the NCAA tournament, and how historically they have a 60% success rate or something along those lines. But some years it's really bad. Some years they have a 15% success rate. So you got to
just
pick
never
your
know,
spots. You got to
man.
look at each game, each matchup individually, and pick your spot.
What if we go
and not blanket throw cash?
Well, what
on
if we?
games? That's just me.
That's the That's
just
the
me.
point right there.
Yeah, that's
you
just-
can't emotionally have just like wild. I'm going to put $100 all day on the 3-horse. Like that,
Right? No,
and
that's,
you can't say
Sure, you might get lucky once in a while, like apparently Big Keith did, but that's not how you do it.
that's not
You
how
don't
you're
like
gonna-
it when
That's not how
people-
you make a living at it.
I get the sense
I make
like
a
you
living
don't
at
like
it.
it when people like win on like lark bets. Like I'm going to throw $600 down, better than a bunch of college baseball
well,
games. You win
it's
$2,300.
It's irresponsible.
Fool's
in,
gold.
in my opinion.
It's not being a good steward
correct.
It's not a good
Correct.
steward of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
for his money, or what he's been given.
Yeah.
It's exactly. Okay, when you never know what's going to happen in the first hour of the Chuck and Bo show.
This has been Bart's
We don't
gambling
even know.
advice.
We don't even know.
That's who I was talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, DSI Trucking. You see their trucks. If you know their people, you know they're great people. But I see their trucks all the time on the highway. We've talked about Tyson a lot this week. They're a great partner of Tyson and many other companies. Distribution Solutions Incorporated started right here in Arkansas, in Harrison. They also have a location in Lowell, but they're driving all over the country, which means they're always looking for drivers. And the thing that makes DSI different is they're the kind of place you want to work. If you're a driver, you know home time's important. They do too. Vacation time, they realize it's important too. And benefits, you're going to find great benefits when you work with DSI. Log on to their website. You can learn more about them. DriveDSI.com. It's 6:45. It's Friday. Good morning. I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurting. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At First Security, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal. When you walk in, call, or click, you're working with people who live here, know the community, and understand what you're trying to accomplish. Whether it's managing day-to-day spending or planning for something bigger, it's real support from real people who care enough to listen. Discover what better banking feels like. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
You know, fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. I did that with Blakeman's. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's, where Arkansas gets engaged.
People were so excited about just our showing up when we said we were going to show up, calling them back. When we gave them a price, the price didn't change throughout the job. The price was what the price was. And so that experience that I've got in the years that I've been in customer service has taught me that if you could just keep your word, people will keep coming back.
It's what Clay Maxey and the people of Teamwork Roofing and Construction are all about. Learn more at teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork.
When it comes to sports and work, we all understand preparation, performance, and recovery. And that's exactly how the Sweat No Edge works. I'm in the program myself. I've told you about it before. It's designed for men who want to stay competitive as they age with hormone therapy for low testosterone, peptide therapy, metabolic testing, in-body scans, weight loss, and so much more. If you want to feel like you once did, get the free consultation. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Edge.
This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Pascal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Listen, this guy, when we decided to do this show, he's like, you can miss days, but I don't want to miss these days. I'm ready to do this, man. I'm ready to go.
remember saying that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's a lot going on. March Madness is already underway.
It is.
High school, college, conference tournaments.
There's some games. I mean, there's some pretty important games tomorrow. I mean, it's and I'm right there with you. It's like all I'm thinking about is March Madness. And I wonder what's going to happen in some of these regular season games tomorrow, including ours.
Big news today.
Mm-hmm.
We need to let people know why the game, the baseball game against Stetson,
it's a big deal,
will not be on television. And I mean, I was getting texts. I'm sure you were about it. People want to know why is the game really not going to be on? So they've got other events happening. The way the SEC network was set up when it started was all these schools in the conference had to get a $3 or $4 million setup to be able to broadcast all their games. Well, that was just to get started.
Yeah.
And then they built studios and whatever. But that way you can stream every game from your campus in any sport. Well, the issue for Arkansas is they've got multiple sports today, including a conference game in softball. Georgia, Arkansas, and softball. So that supersedes Arkansas's non-conference baseball game.
And there's gymnastics tonight.
And then gymnastics tonight.
And that's a conference meet, too.
Against number 1 Oklahoma, right? They're doing it at Bud Walton Arena.
Right.
Well, they're all at Bud Walton Arena now.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Jordan Weber was on the court of the game at the game Wednesday night.
Yeah, they're trying to break the
record.
they're trying to break the NCAA attendance record, which Bud Walton is one of the few venues in the country where you can actually do that.
But the bottom line is conference events take precedence over non-conference events. And so those two events will be streamed, and baseball will not be streamed today because it's just a question of they can't do 3 events.
I was trying to spit all that out, and you articulately.
Well,
said
no,
that.
I'm not. I thought we were about to get sidetracked on gymnastics, and I wanted to bring it back to center before we let it get away.
Take control.
And I say we. I say we because I'm the same way.
I took the wheel.
They had the same thing happened last weekend, or a similar situation. They had 3 events at the same time: women's basketball, baseball, and softball. Women's basketball had a conference game, so that got priority. And then they picked baseball. The baseball game against UT Arlington was the other thing that got televised or streamed.
Okay,
however you want to look at it.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to listen or go to the game today.
Baseball will just be on the radio today, as it was intended to be.
Tell us about the softball game, Bart. 2:00.
Yeah, moved up to 2:00 because of weather. Georgia in town. It is a top 25 matchup. Georgia's really good. It's going to be obviously Arkansas is as well. Going to be interesting to see how the Razorbacks perform against a little higher level competition now. They've played a really great non-conference schedule, a really tough non-conference schedule. These SEC games are different, but I like Arkansas's chances to keep playing well and take the series.
And baseball's at 1. Baseball's at 1 today.
We have a high upper 60s, low 70s.
In the 60s, I would say.
Is it going to storm today?
It is going to storm today. Maybe some early in the day, mostly I think overnight and into the overnight hours.
So they're going to get it in at Bogle Park?
Yeah, both games shouldn't have a problem.
All right. Chuck and Bo on demand. You can catch it on YouTube, wherever you get podcasts. It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park, 655. Good morning.
Want to make this St. Patrick's Day one you'll never forget? G&G Insurance is giving you the chance to throw out the first pitch at the Razorback game on March 17th. Skip the parade and head to the mound at Baum Walker. Just visit ggfirstpitch.com, get a free fast insurance quote, and you are automatically entered to win. Support the local guys who love the Hogs as much as we do and see how much you could save on your home and auto. That's ggfirstpitch.com. Get your quote, grab your glove, and let's go Hogs.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk-On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus the best burgers, draft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorback. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, 2 of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye. And you will be too.
Yeah, see, this is what the Chuck and Bo show
Some
is. You
moments
just
call
show up and
for
have
more
coffee.
than just a win.
The Chuck
They
and Bo
call
Show.
for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Kim Mulkey walks into your home wearing what she had on last night. You say, is this a game?
No. What would you do, Bart?
Bart leaves the room. She chases him.
God almighty.
Jason Bart around
Making
the house, dressed
weird
up like a cat.
tiger sound.
Yeah. What would you do, Bart?
I have a baseball bat. It would come into handy.
There's Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And he's the one with the baseball bat.
No, there would be no chase. No. There would be no chase. There would be no chase.
End up against the corner.
No.
If you're not for Kim Mulkey, maybe we can find somebody that is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Pete Weber. Pete Weber, 14 years ago yesterday, won the 2012 U.S. Open of bowling and was very, very impressed with himself. Remember this?
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it.
It's the only time we paid attention to bowling.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Pete Weber.
Oh, yeah.
You think he'd be a
Power
good match
couple.
for Kim Mulkey?
Yes.
Power couple?
Power couple. Pete Weber, Kim Mulkey.
You got competition, Bart.
Yeah.
No, he's free. He's free to
I don't think I'm going to be able to get that image out of my mind all day. Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around the house. Oh, my God. That is brutal. Stomach turning.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
The judge in Alabama deserves a medal for stepping up saying, you know what, this isn't right. This isn't right. We can't do it. Greg Sankey stepping in to say, look, the other 3 commissioners or 4 of them should get together and start making statements when these cases come up. Because you can't have a guy that's on his 2nd marriage with 3 kids playing against an 18-year-old.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to
The show of record for Razorback fans.
at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy to see you.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Good morning. What a Friday.
It really is. Friday's just a whole different feel. I mean, the whole day from the minute you get up, it's just got a different feel about it.
Are you excited about Missouri and Columbia and the men's basketball finale? Is Darius Acuff going to play? Who else is going to play?
You know, it's
What's
going
it
to
look like?
It's going to be interesting to see that availability report tonight. Not just for our game, but for lots of games. I mean, what's Florida going to do about Thomas Houck? I mean, we're kind of, we're at that last weekend where some things are set, but some things aren't set. And you don't want to lose your edge. You want to win the game. I mean, certainly, you want to win. and keep the momentum going that you've been built up. So, yeah, I mean, 11 o'clock in the morning on the road's a little different. It'll be a quick turnaround up there. Team will get up there late today. I'm assuming everybody seems it's almost like everyone has gymnastics now at home on Friday night, so I don't know that they're going to be able to get into the arena and shoot. I haven't seen the itinerary, but it'll be a quick turnaround. But, yeah, I mean, win the game.
Acuff, I brought it up because it's just an interesting question. Does this game really help you? You've got a top 3, seed locked up at the SEC tournament, and a win or loss probably doesn't affect your seed line in the NCAA tournament. And if it does, it's not like a game changer. It wouldn't appear. And then you've got this week, to get ready for the SEC tournament, which they won't play till Friday. So they'll have almost a week of no games. And how do you handle it if you're the Arkansas coaching staff? I mean, I know Acuff, based on what we've heard, he wants to play every game wherever you play. If they got a scrimmage tomorrow, he'd play in that.
I would not imagine that they will extend him in practice, really at any point, the rest of the way. And I don't know how much extending you can do of anybody, once you start like in the SEC tournament, potentially play 3 games in 3 days. But it's an interesting question. The only opinion that matters is Cal's. And what we, at least the one in terms of making the decision, what we don't have here with him yet, and this staff is a track record. We can't say, well, he'll do what he did, 6 years ago with so-and-so. We don't really know that. It's a natural question. I mean, I had people ask me as soon as the game was over. The other night, you play him at Missouri? The honest answer is I don't know. That's a decision they'll have to make. But I don't suspect that he's going to be, during practice time, whether it's now, whether it's next week, I don't suspect he'll be pushed to the limit or anything like that.
We talked about Sean Miller after the Texas game and what he said regarding Acuff, which was significant. I haven't seen a better point guard in 34 years of coaching. And when you get in the game and play against him, then you really see, how he dictates and controls the game. Apparently, in this press conference, he also went on and said a number of things about what makes Arkansas a difficult out. I find it interesting, Chuck, because oftentimes we just see what they're not doing well. They're not rebounding enough, or they're not playing good enough defense. But it's interesting to hear from another coach what their perspective is on what makes Arkansas such a tough out for their opponents. So I want to play a couple of clips here from Sean Miller.
I certainly think Arkansas played well. Just their three-point shooting. Brazil, he starts knocking them in early in the game like that. He's a 28% shooter. Wagner, he knocked a bunch in. And then, the 2 guys who always make them, they made them as well. So whoever plays Arkansas on that night, it's going to be a tough game for them.
It may be as important for Arkansas to shoot it well as it is for them to play great defense.
Well,
so what I mean is that makes them really, really difficult.
Let me point out first, Trevin's a 38% free throw or a 3-point shooter, not 28. He is better than that, and yeah, he was the difference the other night. I want to go back and emphasize something I've talked about. I appreciate everything he said about Arkansas right there. Cal could have said the same thing about Florida the other night at Gainesville. We're about to get into a neutral floor setting. Players like Acuff in games that, like the ones Arkansas is going to play, his demeanor, I think, allows him to control the game. I don't think, for example, I don't know that Arkansas can play a game at a neutral floor better than they did the other night. I just don't know. By the same token, I don't know that Florida can either in terms of the way they played us. But everything he's saying there is right. And, when you play at home, it's even more magnified. But particularly about Brazil and Wagner, I think Wagner playing well right now is a big deal.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's doing it at the right time, and he's embraced the role that he has, and obviously it's making a difference. More on Brazil.
He's like their third shooter, right? And if he can knock a couple in, that's not Arkansas' strength. So when that enters the stat sheet, they jump up, right? They're even better than they are.
I mean, I think Brazil actually is needed to knock down shots.
Oh, I do too.
I mean, I don't think it's an add-on. I think it's part of Arkansas's offense. One more, Sean Miller again.
Yeah, Arkansas gives up a lot of points from two. They do. Teams score from two, but it's odd because they block a lot of shots. And, I thought early in the game, our guys, if you jump off one leg, you better jump to the moon or else it's going to get blocked. And we had a couple finishes, 3 or 4, maybe in the first 4 to 6 minutes of the game, where it's a high percentage shot, but it just didn't feel like a high percentage shot with the athleticism and the quickness and guys competing, leaving their feet. Our big guy, Modest, I don't even know how many he had. It doesn't matter, but he could play. And I thought early in the game, their quickness, their jumping kind of surprised him a little bit. And then the pace up and down, not just him, but our team, you got to be able to get back off a block shot. You got to be able to get back off of the steal.
When he's talking about Modest Vocalitis, the big guy, that's a really good point in that sometimes Arkansas's quickness makes other guys look like they're not good players. Like Vocalitis looked slow and cumbersome at times in that game. This is like he averages, his numbers are really, really good. He's been an integral part of an NCAA tournament team. He's a good player. They're a physical team. Texas was among the nation's leaders in and ones coming into that game, maybe the leader, if I'm not mistaken. So sometimes Arkansas can make good players look really, really bad when they have the basketball in their hands. I know people focus on the defense. When you score 105 points, you're going to win most of the time. I don't care who you play.
Yeah. Well, and that's the point I've tried to make a little bit because I just think it's another way of looking at it. They got to play their game.
Right.
And whatever you're not good at, you try to get better at, obviously. But there are going to be strengths you have, and you got to do those well.
Let me ask you a question. Would you sacrifice any of Darius Acuff's Jr.'s offensive game so he could be better defensively?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. That's exactly right. And a lot of Arkansas's struggles defensively this year come from the fact that they have, with the exception of DJ, inexperienced guards. Now, would you trade? Because, you're going to have to probably. Would you, if you're going to turn, if Cal had decided at the beginning of the year, I'm going to turn Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas into defensive demons, you think they'd be what they've been on the other end of the floor? I don't. Now I look at it through a simpleton's eyes, I'll admit. But I like them just the way they are. And I'm glad they play the way they do.
I think we should keep it simple. That way we can both understand.
Well, maybe.
Super helpful to me as well. Teamwork Roofing and Construction keeps it simple. They communicate with you. They make sure they do what they say. They want to be dependable. They want you to be able to recommend them to other people. And you can count on them. They've built their business on that, and they'll do a job for you just like that. When they leave, they're going to leave an immaculate job site behind, only a great look at what they were doing, whether it's a roof or the construction, the remodel, whatever it may be. Cabinets, teamworkbuilt.com is their website. You can find that online. Check out their work there, videos, pictures of all that. If you need a quote, go to teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork. When we come back, we're going to go inside the gym of Farmington last night where Cal was, to one of the players who had one of the nights of his life.
Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com. We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And, Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com. At First Security, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal. When you walk in, call or click, you're working with people who live here, know the community, and understand what you're trying to accomplish. Whether it's managing day-to-day spending or planning for something bigger, it's real support from real people who care enough to listen. Discover what better banking feels like. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC.
You know, fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. I did that with Blakeman's. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's, where Arkansas gets engaged.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. All right, it's officially tax season, and your local H&R Block is ready to knock it out with you. You can just walk in or grab an appointment, and you're getting 100% accuracy in your max refund or your money back. That's real people right here in your neighborhood, helping you get it done the right way. Not just now, but year-round. H&R Block. Walk in or book an appointment today. If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand? It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
I can't figure out if Chuck's playing a role here, or this is how he feels, or if he cares at all.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's Friday. I was up late last night. I watched two basketball games. They were both at Farmington. I watched Easton McCullough and the girls beat Little Rock Christian, and she's a treat to watch. And I thought I'm going to stick around and watch J.J. Andrews. And here comes Cal and the Arkansas coaches, and Farmington had other ideas. Farmington's a good basketball team. They've had an incredible year. They're 31-1.
Speaks for itself.
But people thought J.J. Andrews was going to come in there and they were going to win the game last night.
It's a team game.
And it was a full house. And I mean, you had to park over by the baseball field if you were trying to get to the game, and it was standing room only. And Eli Schwartzman, the senior point guard for Farmington, and his teammates put on a performance that was gritty and tough and fun to watch. And so I reached out this morning and I said, we got to get this kid on the show. 28 points. Chuck, this is the new record holder in the state for assists. I don't know how many he has now, but at last check,
he's Farmington's Darius Acuff.
He's 332 assists. He's had assists of 28 and 30 in a game this year.
Who's the stat guy at Farmington?
And Eli Schwartzman is joining us now. Eli, congratulations on a big game last night. And thanks for, I don't know how you're up this morning, but thanks for getting up to get on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I mean, it's been surreal. I mean, my dad came and woke me up and said that I was going to be on the show. So yeah, I'm super excited. So thank y'all for all having me. And
We woke up. His coach is going to be mad. We woke him up. He's got to get some rest for the next game. 61-54 last night. Can you just talk about? I saw the first play, and you threw a behind the back pass. Your teammate scored 3-point play. And I looked at you and I said, man, that kid just used up a first quarter of energy on one. You were so excited. You guys were so fired up. What was the environment like for you?
The environment was insane. I mean, standing room only, like you said. I mean, that's what you dream of, getting to play in games like that, and getting to play against a 5-star like J.J. Andrews. That's when you go out there and play with your heart out. So I just knew going into the game that we were going to have to play together and just play a hard game and play with passion. So I knew just right out the gate just to have a big and one play like that and just get the crowd already involved and everything like that, and just to have a hot start. I mean, it was huge for us.
Now, Eli, when Cal walks in, everybody in the crowd starts talking about, hey, John Calipari's here. Does that filter down on the floor? Did you know he was there?
Yes, sir, I did. I mean, in the warm-ups, I mean, before the game, I tried to have my headphones on and listen to my music and be locked in, and then I have all my teammates. I can see all my teammates, my scout team guys, pointing over down there and oh, Cal's here. And I mean, going into the game, I mean, I'm close with Isaiah Sealy. He texted me and he said he was going to be there and show some support, and so and he said the coaches might be there. So I mean, it's super cool to just have a guy like Coach Cal in the gym to play. I mean, I remember 2 years back I was on Fayetteville and Musselman came in to watch a Springdale game, and that was insane. So just to have Coach Cal in the gym and and some Hog players and the assistant coach there that was a super cool part of it, because being a Fayetteville kid growing up and ever since we got Coach Cal hired, I mean that's a dream come true to have a guy like that watching a game of yours.
What did it feel like for you? And we could talk about your career and your future here in a second, but what did it feel like for you to have a performance like you had? I don't know how many assists you had last night. You might know by now, but 28 points, and every one of them mattered. And, I mean, I don't know how you were on your feet at the end of the game, the amount of effort that it took to stay on the floor the whole game. What was that just like for you?
I mean, it was super fun. I mean, like I said earlier, that's the type of stuff you dream of. And me and my guys, we've been working so hard since the beginning of the year, since the season ended last year. I mean, this group of guys and my team, Coach Taylor, I mean, we've been planning and practicing for a guy like J.J. Andrews and a matchup like that. So we've had a great year. We were 31-1 so far, and just getting to play in big games like that. That's just what we've prepared for all season. And Coach Taylor built up a great scheme just to play against J.J. Andrews, a great guy like that. And we had the Simpson brothers banging in there, fighting, and Ethan Kennedy hitting huge free throws, and Press Taylor starting out the game hot with the and one. So I mean, just to get in the atmosphere and get to play in an environment like that, it's just surreal, and it's a once in a lifetime thing. So just getting to do that and getting to go out there and play. I mean, all of our guys, we've looked forward to this and we've worked so hard, and so it's been a super fun season so far, and so yeah.
Well, this is what Chuck and I have been talking about, how March Madness really starts at the beginning of March. High school games.
This
like
is where the real madness is.
Yeah.
This is where the real madness.
And Eli,
exactly.
I know you've had a great career, but are you planning on playing in college?
Yes, sir. I'm actually going to a D2 in Miami called Barry University.
Okay.
So I'm very excited for that. Coach Furs, he's the coach. He's been coach there. He just came back there. He was at Indiana State. He was an assistant there, and before that, he was actually at Barry as an assistant. But he's down there, and so yeah, I'm actually very excited for that opportunity, and that's going to be a great place for me.
You said Miami.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There's a place called Barry University
That's
down
awesome.
there. I haven't grown up in South Florida. I've actually heard of that before, and I'm familiar with it.
Well, you're going to be fine, Eli.
Yeah. Not to be overly dramatic, but when watching the game, I was watching you, and I'm watching your teammates, and I'm like, they're never going to forget this night. I mean, does it feel like that? You said it's like a dream and I know the playoffs not over. You guys want to keep winning and go win state. You'd have 2 more games left, right? The semifinals and the finals to do that. But was that what you grew up dreaming about?
Yes, for sure. I mean, going into the game, there was a lot of talk about, I mean, how great their team they were, and I mean, honestly, nobody really thought we really had a chance. I mean, I bet most of the people there, I mean, we had a great Farmington community come out, but I bet a lot of people were from NWA and all over the state just coming to watch J.J. Andrews. And so, I mean, that's the type of stuff Coach Taylor and all the guys we were talking about, that's the stuff you dream of. And, I mean, I had a hard time sleeping a couple nights before just being so antsy and being so excited. I mean, just because that's what we've all worked so hard to play for and play in moments like that. So, I mean, it was truly a dream come true, and just to how it played out. I mean, we got 2 more left, 1 more at Farmington. Just been getting to host the state tournament has been super fun. So we got 1 more on Saturday, and then hopefully a Hot Springs one. So that's what we're looking forward to. But a game like that is definitely a dream come true, and that's what you play the game for, and that's what you come out and work so hard for.
Here's a perspective as we're talking to Eli Schwartzman, point guard standout for Farmington. He's a Razorback fan. You're a Razorback fan, right?
Oh, yes, sir. Always have been.
Yeah. So you're playing against a guy who you're really excited is playing for Arkansas next year.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
I mean, and you're trying to win the game. I mean, that's not a position where most of us are often in. But tell us, I know Razorback fans will want to hear, what's your perspective on J.J. Andrews?
Yeah. I mean, he's obviously an amazing player. I mean, just seeing all the stuff that he's done, like the Peach Jam stuff and just Gatorade Player of the Years. I mean, our scout, it was pretty crazy on JJ. I mean, we had a page called the JJ Rules. So I mean, he's definitely the real deal.
That's
and
awesome.
And he's super focused in on him. So, but Coach Taylor came up with a great plan. But JJ, he's an amazing player, and I mean, it's going to be fun having him in a Razorback jersey next year, getting to watch and support him, and knowing I got to play against a guy like that. I mean, just he's an amazing player, can get down to the rim. I mean, we were like, hey, if he gets down there, don't foul him because he's going to get in when he's too strong to foul him. This summer we played against him in it was like a summer event, so not like a real tournament, but like a practice event. And we would just try and foul him, and he would just go straight through our arms. He's just so strong. So just getting to play against an athlete and a guy like that who can do whatever he wants on the court and just play hard. I mean, it's super fun, and I mean, we're super excited to have him in an Arkansas jersey, and I mean, cheer him on next year. I mean, I'm a big Hog fan. I've born and raised in Fayetteville, grew up here, and so it's going to be fun having him in a Razorback jersey for sure.
I got to ask you, I don't know if you can tell us, but can you tell us what some of the JJ rules are on the game plan?
Don't foul.
I mean, if you watched the game last night, you could probably see every time he drove it to the paint, we had a good crowd coming in on JJ, and if you see him get out rebound and get out in transition, you probably see 3 or 4 guys running at him. So he's just very dominant and a very hard. He plays super hard. I mean, you saw him. He came out in the third quarter. I think he had probably 18 points. So he played a really hard game last night, and yeah, it's been super fun.
Well, they list you at 5'10". I'm just gonna have to argue with that because I'm a short guy, and so I'm always rooting for shorter guys. And I paid a lot of attention to you because you were maybe the shortest guy on the floor for most of the game, and you scored 28 points. And again, do you know how many assists you had last night? I don't know.
I had 6 assists. Okay. I had 28, 6 assists.
There you go. There's your line, Chuck.
That's right. That's a good line. Hey,
that's your average
28 and
line.
6, man.
Yeah.
That'll.
And I just wonder, like, at the end of the game, how are you still on the floor? Because I don't know how you guys had anything, especially you, because you had to bring the ball up against pressure the whole last 3 quarters of the game. Were you just exhausted?
I honestly was. I was pretty exhausted, but I mean the adrenaline and just the atmosphere, and I mean that's what keeps me going towards the end of the game and stuff like that. But I mean I was pretty tired. I was honestly really tired by that point of the game, just having to bring it up and then go back and guard, and so yeah. But I mean I didn't want to leave anything out there on the floor and second guess myself, like if that could have been my last high school game. So just flying out there at everything, diving on loose balls, just bringing the ball up the court and just putting my guys and putting my team in the situation that we needed to win.
That's awesome. Well, hey, man, it was fun to be there. Congratulations to you guys. This is just one example of stuff that's going on all over our state, but that was a big night in Farmington for him and his teammates and all the people that were there. And that's a great perspective.
Yeah,
So,
congratulations, Eli.
Eli Schwartzman. Eli, are you going to school today?
We have practice at 10, so I'll go there, and then I might stop by. So yeah, I'll be at the school.
Stop in.
You got to go to school on a day like today, man. You're the hero.
BMOC, man.
Big man on
Yeah,
campus.
Thank y'all. It'll be fun. Yes, sir.
Hey, good luck to you in your future. You're a fine young man. We appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me. Y'all have a great day. And
all right.
I really appreciate y'all having me on.
Absolutely, my man.
I was listening to that conversation. It was really good. I don't know who the coach of Farmington is, but I'll bet
Coach
he's thinking,
Taylor. Yeah.
We didn't win the state championship last night,
I know.
fellas.
Hey.
We got to come back out and win two more
if
games.
you watch him coach,
Yeah.
you're exactly
Yeah.
right. I
Hey,
promise
we
you.
didn't win anything last night, guys.
I was kind of right behind their bench,
Yeah.
and I could see their coach, and there was no point it looked like they had any sort of a lead.
Yeah, he'll get him back to center before tip-off time. I promise you.
Oh, that's too fun. Chuck and Bo on demand. If you missed any of that interview, you want to share it, you can go get it on YouTube, the Chuck and Bo YouTube channel. You can also catch it on podcast. So that was at 7:15 today. It's 7:29 now. But Chuck and Bo on demand. Chuck is driven by the Fayetteville
I
Auto
am,
Park.
as a matter of fact, and I sure do like my Chevy Silverado truck. And they always have great automobiles, whether you're looking for a car, truck, an SUV. Starts with great brands: Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. Pre-owned automobiles, certified pre-owned automobiles. Many of them have warranty remaining, all of them. Quality vehicles, and they'll serve you well. And, you know, it's always that way at Fayetteville Auto Park. The people are really what makes it great. That's why they've been around for over 25 years, and that's why they're still going strong. A great deal, great service after the sale. And you can check out their selection at FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
By the way, if you want to see any of the highlights from Eli and his teammates last night or anything that's happening around the state in high school sports, Varsity Vibe AR on social media, Instagram, wherever you go on social media, you'll find Varsity Vibe AR, or you can go to varsityvibearkansas.com and subscribe to the free newsletter. We're a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes.
You know, Arkansas gives up a lot of points.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Want to make this St. Patrick's Day one you'll never forget? G&G Insurance is giving you the chance to throw out the first pitch at the Razorback game on March 17th. Skip the parade and head to the mound at Baum Walker. Just visit ggfirstpitch.com, get a free fast insurance quote, and you are automatically entered to win. Support the local guys who love the Hogs as much as we do and see how much you could save on your home and auto. That's ggfirstpitch.com. Get your quote, grab your glove, and let's go Hogs.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
One of my things right now, why am I still going? I can't leave this profession like it is and then walk away because my son's in this profession. There are young coaches in this profession. And so I'm looking at this saying, we got to be part of this solution before we walk away from this. And that's part of my purpose now. Why is he speaking out about this? I want the kids to make money. I always have. I've been one of those coaches that said they should have a right to their name, image, and likeness. It's theirs. They should be able to sell it. Because we wouldn't respond that way, because of the arrogance, because of the way where you're worried about the organization instead of the kids, we're where we are right now. Now, free agency, NIL, tampering, offering, all this stuff, instead of you come with me because I can make a difference in your life. We can work together I'm not telling you I have a magic wand. But what I'm telling you is these kids, look what they've done, where they've gone. And they were sitting where you were. So we have a history of doing it, but I can't do it for you. But I've always been about the kids getting money. I've been that way. But now where we are, no guardrails, no rules. They'll make rules to certain people now. We'll go back to, things. They're paying a quarterback $6-7 million. How? I mean, I don't understand under what we're doing how you do that. I don't care that they do it, but just explain to us how we're to do this.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show you. The best sports show in the state is no doubt the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Friday.
All day,
Friday. There's great stuff happening all over Arkansas right now in the sports world. If you're looking for some fun high school games, man, go find one near you. You'll find it. The playoffs are here, man. People are fighting for a state championship. Buzzer beaters, upsets are happening. It's a lot of fun. And then if you're Bart or like Bart and you find yourself watching TV at night, there's a game on, and there's going to be a buzzer beater. It's going to be in a conference tournament, and it's going to keep somebody in or out of the NCAA tournament. And we haven't even gotten there yet. We got like 2 weeks to the NCAA tournament.
Some of these smaller conference tournaments, I like to watch the championship rounds, to see who is getting in because, the reaction and all that. I gotta hand it to you, Bart, though. I would struggle to watch like the Lehigh game that you watched last night. I love college basketball, but that would be a struggle to make it through the entire game.
Wow.
But I know when you got a,
if you
got
don't
large
know love of college basketball,
well, he's got a large amount of cash on every game, and so that that certainly piques your interest too.
That is not true.
No,
he dabbles.
Yeah,
he dabbles. But Bart would watch those games and be interested in that, even without that. It just adds a little bit of icing on top for him.
That's right.
But I got to admit, tomorrow, I get dialed into to an SEC Saturday. I have to admit, this year, I've probably been more dialed into the SEC than in any other year. Someone could say who's in the top 10. I'm not really sure I know, but I got a pretty good handle on, our league. And I'm excited about what's going to happen over the next week or so. I'm looking forward to going to the conference tournament. And we'll see if the Razorbacks can make a run past that.
It feels like the SEC tournament has a chance to be really, really good television.
Well, because we feel like we got a shot to win it. That's got something to do with it too. And the way the bracket's going to fall. I said earlier this season I'd like to see them play Alabama again, and that could happen in the semifinals, I guess. So, I don't know if Florida gets to the championship round. I don't know how hurt Thomas Houck is. There's some storylines next week, and can Arkansas improve their seed line, too, in the NCAA tournament's part of it?
Bart's in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Good morning, Bart.
Good morning, guys. I can go about 8 teams deep on this thing. I'm talking about the SEC tournament in Nashville, and it wouldn't totally shock me if one of those teams won it. Like,
really?
That I think alone makes for a good conference tournament. Obviously, Florida's going to be the favorite, right? Alabama, Arkansas right behind them. But it wouldn't shock me if Tennessee won. It wouldn't shock me if Vandy got hot and won. A&M, Missouri, Kentucky, like, these teams are capable of beating the best teams in the league. We've seen it all season. I come back to what I was talking about yesterday. I think people are sleeping on this league. As crazy as that seems, no, it's not quite what it was last year. But there are a lot of really good teams in this league that are going to be really capable of making a run, making it to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, depending on how the matchups shake out and everything. It's always dependent on that. But look, there are a lot of good teams. Georgia's going to play in that first round in all likelihood on Wednesday. I'm not entirely sure. I don't have the standings in front of me. I'm not sure if there's a way for them to play themselves into a bye. Georgia's a really good team, and it's not crazy to think that they could get on a run and get hot in Nashville and make it to the semifinals or something like that. Like, this is a really good, deep league, which means next week's going to be really exciting, and then it's going to be fun to watch how these teams do in the NCAA tournament.
I think it's going to be interesting to see next week how teams handle players who need to be 100% the following week. How much does this rest help Acuff, for example, for Arkansas? Florida's got some issues with Thomas Houck. I've heard everything all over the road on that. There's a stress fracture, and then I've heard he's going to play tomorrow. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to go down there. But I do think next week you look at certain situations with certain teams, how do they handle that? Because the most important week is the following week. But, when you get into this play an everyday thing, momentum plays such a big role, and teams can get on a run. I personally think that, you look at Florida, Alabama, Arkansas, I think they are clearly separated from the rest of the league in terms of, what they're capable of doing long term. But next week's a whole different deal. And because a lot of those teams are going to be focused on what happens the following week, and some of the other teams are going to be focused on trying to win the tournament. So it's always fun. It'll be a good week. I'm looking forward to going.
Yeah, I think people have talked about the SEC as not being as good as it was last year, and I think when they say that, we live in like a black and white where, it's not as good. Well, it was like incredible last year.
Well, you're not going to have 14 teams in, but you're probably going to have, 10? It's not going to be 11. It's going to be 10, maybe 9, depending upon how Auburn shakes out.
And there are three or four of them, maybe 5 that can make a deep.
Yeah, I think it's probably 10 without Auburn.
Okay, 10 without Auburn.
Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, Kentucky, Missouri, A&M, Vandy, Georgia.
I guess Georgia's pretty solid now.
Texas. Let's not.
Texas is in.
Yeah. There's 10 teams right there.
And for all the talk, I'm just talking conferences now, Bart, about the SEC. Like, if you're one of these other leagues and you get matched up in the NCAA tournament with one of these teams from the SEC, I don't think you want that. I think Alabama's dangerous.
No.
Arkansas,
you better be ready to play fast. You better be ready to play fast.
I would say that the top end of the SEC, like the upper echelon of this league, is much better than the top ends of every other league in the country. That doesn't mean that there aren't great teams. Duke, obviously, like I think Duke's playing better than anybody in the country right now. They would be my pick to win it all as of right now. Michigan, I would probably say Duke will play Michigan for the national title. Those two teams just seem like absolute wagons right now. But you get past those teams and it's like, man, I don't know. Like the ACC looks pretty pedestrian. The Big Ten after Michigan, Michigan State, maybe Illinois looks pretty pedestrian. The Big 12, Arizona, Houston. How does Texas Tech keep going? Iowa State's pretty good. Kansas, is Peterson going to play or is he going to sit out the NCAA tournament? Who can say? It seems to be like he changes his mind every hour.
When you say pedestrian from the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room, can you just a quick definition of pedestrian?
Like average, like okay, like middle of the pack.
Any
like,
guy walking down the street.
Yeah, like,
is that what you're saying?
You can't. Yeah.
Somebody waiting for the crosswalk, like you say,
just your average
walk.
Joe.
Right.
Walk.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought we knew what it was, but it's one of those things like we throw around like the guy's in street clothes tonight. He's not going to. What are street clothes?
Clothes you wear on the street.
Clothes you wear on the street.
You wouldn't wear them anywhere
We
else.
got to do a show this summer on sports cliches.
Oh, yeah.
Pedestrian, cerebral.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's funny. Hey, speaking of smart people, Chevys. Those are the smart persons.
Nothing pedestrian
No,
about that
nothing
if you don't want to
pedestrian.
walk.
If you don't want to walk, let me recommend. I will recommend the Chevy Silverado, but right now you can save money on lots of Chevys. Chevy of Fayetteville, new Chevy Colorado crew cabs. They start at under $30,000. Silverado crew cabs, new ones, 2,500s, over 9,000 off. Chevy Silverado crew cabs over 12,000 off and over 9,000 off Chevy Traverses right now. So Chevy of Fayetteville's got it going on inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. I'll tell you what I read, and you guys know I read things normal people don't read. I go to the depths for this show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. With easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Customer service is a buzzword. People just throw it out there. What is it to you?
Showing up when you say you're going to show up, returning phone calls, providing the service that you promised to provide. Because, if we're all asking to get paid for what we're doing, we need to do what we're getting paid for. And do it with a good attitude and being responsible, not only responsible to show up, but responsible to the relationship.
A relationship you can count on from Clay Maxey and the folks at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. PG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like Po' Boys and Gumbo, plus the best burgers, draft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
The nationally ranked Arkansas Gymbacks, led by U.S. Olympic gold medalist head coach Jordan Weaver, invite you to pack Bud Walton Arena Friday, March 6th, as they battle defending national champions, the Oklahoma Sooners. Experience the energy, talent, and tradition of Arkansas gymnastics and help them break an NCAA attendance record. Be a part of history and secure your seats at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
I want to see you and Bart in the old three-legged race.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let me just...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Pascal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show On Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
You enjoy fake AI-generated stories and getting scammed on the internet.
I do.
Facebook is for you.
That's what I like. That's what I want.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right. 877-377-6963. David's on the line in Searcy. David, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, David.
David,
what's going on with your phone this morning?
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh,
yeah,
we got
you sound great.
Yeah,
man.
we're
All
great
right.
now. Here
Good.
we go.
Yeah.
You caught me right in the middle of doing away with my chew of tobacco. Sorry.
Well, sometimes we have to do that here in the studio, too, so I hear you.
Oh, well, yeah.
Nah, I'm joking.
It's a common problem. Listen, first of all, before I get to my point, I think that someone, government agencies, DHS, somebody should go to Farmington and check on what's going there, because I honestly believe the city council, the local police department have an agreement with the real estate company that they will only allow people to move there that look young, tall, like they could possibly mate and have children who can play basketball. There's something going on because it's that way.
There are strict requirements. There are. I mean, it's a bedroom, but there are strict requirements.
Why don't you start with Greenwood football? Why don't we start there?
Yeah.
That's an excellent point. Same deal. Okay. I don't know who's going to get Coach of the Year in the SEC for the ladies this year, but I know who has done the best job, and that is Coach Music. I probably missed 2 or 3 games the entire season. In the non-conference, they went 11-3, and I watched because she was new. I watched the way she coached those young ladies. She was all over them. She would pound them, hound them. At halftime of one game, the other team had already gone to the locker room, and she kept them out on the floor, and she was waving arms and slinging spit. And I thought, man, that lady is coaching now. So I liked her early. But when they got to non-conference and the opposition was obviously better than we were, she had to change her tactics in order to keep from losing the team. And in the second half of the season, she did a wonderful job of keeping the young ladies motivated, wanting to play, and still enjoying themselves. And that is one of the most absolutely fantastic coaching jobs I have ever seen by anybody.
Wow.
And to see them win the last game, the way they drubbed the other team, it was just wonderful, and nobody was happier than me. And she has done a wonderful job. And now I have a question.
Okay.
Is she going to have to possibly monitor Radio Free Europe to see if she can get a scoop on a player way across the globe, or are they actually going to give her enough money to at least try to bring in maybe three SEC type players? She's already got the right
dollar question. Sorry,
she's already got the Rogers young lady, and that's a great start. But she'll be a freshman. She's going to have to go out and get her a few players, and if they don't allow her to do that, they should absolutely be ashamed of themselves because they've got a great coach. Go Hogs.
Thanks for that perspective, David. Here's the question with the non-revenue producing sports is how much money do you put into it? And some schools, a very small amount of schools are putting a lot of money into it, but most of them are in this league.
Right, and I mean, hey, it's the schools at Arkansas is one of them where there's not as much money in our program as there are in some. I mean, you've got to decide where it goes, and women's basketball, I hope they can sign players too. I'll put it that way.
We'll see, but it is the point. 7:55. It's Friday. Good morning.
Every Hog fan dreams of stepping onto that dirt at Baum-Walker Stadium, and thanks to G&G Insurance, that dream is wide open. G&G is Fayetteville's choice for home, auto, and business insurance because they're fans just like us. They want to put you on the mound to throw out the first pitch at an Arkansas game this season. Visit ggfirstpitch.com, get a quote from their local experts, and you're in the running. Just takes a few minutes to see how much you could save, and it might land you in the center of the diamond. That's ggfirstpitch.com to win today.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters. Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to jamesboyett.com. There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Donuts, Red Bull, and lottery tickets. I mean, how could you want anything more?
Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond, you're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry, it's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Kim Mulkey walks into your home wearing what she had on last night. You say, is this a game?
No. What would you do, Bart?
Bart leaves the room. She chases him.
God almighty.
Jason Bart around
Making
the house, dressed
weird
up like a cat.
tiger sound.
Yeah. What would you do, Bart?
I have a baseball bat. It would come into handy.
There's Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And he's the one with the baseball bat.
No, there would be no chase. No. There would be no chase. There would be no chase.
Pinned up against the corner.
I've got it.
No.
If you're not for Kim Mulkey, maybe we can find somebody that is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Pete Weber. Pete Weber, 14 years ago yesterday, won the 2012 U.S. Open of Bowling and was very, very impressed with himself. Remember this?
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it.
It's the only time we paid attention to bowling.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Pete Weber.
Oh, yeah.
You think he'd be a
Power
good match
couple.
for Kim Mulkey?
Yes.
Power couple?
Power couple. Pete Weber, Kim Mulkey.
You got competition, Bart.
Yeah.
No, he's free. He's free to
I don't think I'm going to be able to get that image out of my mind all day. Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around the house. Oh, my God. That is brutal. Stomach turning.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
We've got to have a therapist come in here and just help us work through the past and how today doesn't have to be yesterday.
We do shows like this to avoid discussions like that. So let's just keep that out of the workplace, okay? That defeats the entire purpose of even being here. I'm as deep as I want to get in this room. Let me just tell you, I'm not going any deeper with you guys. I'm not playing your little self-help game. I'm not doing that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death,
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
My Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's shirt on the Chuck and Bo?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Could get a little rainy today, but maybe later in the day. Hoping to get the Arkansas softball game in against Georgia. If you like that, you'll enjoy that action. It'll be probably a pretty good game. Arkansas goes into conference tournament or conference season time after really dominating in the non-conference. 19-1 on the season, and they
a lot of run rule wins.
Appear to have a really good team. So now they get into conference play. The Hog baseball team plays Stetson at 1 today. That game is not streamed because the SEC Network Plus streaming. The precedence goes to the priority is the conference games. And then they have a gymnastics meet at Bud Walton Arena tonight. They're trying to set a crowd record with that against number 1 Oklahoma. So it's a big weekend, but we do have a little rain later in the day, we think. And then the basketball team goes to Missouri at 11 a.m. tomorrow. We got high school games all over the state. The playoffs are underway. There are buzzer beaters, upsets happening. Varsity Vibe AR, you can find that on social media or varsityvibearkansas.com. You can get everything you need there, including the free newsletter. It's an exciting time. March is here, and we are off and running.
So now they'll decide this weekend who plays in the state championship games, and then next weekend they go to Hot Springs.
That's right.
Is that how it works?
Yep.
Okay.
You're at different sites right now,
Right.
and then you get to the championship
So you
games.
won't crown a champion this weekend, but you'll have 2 teams that'll play for it next
You got
weekend.
the semifinals this
you.
weekend.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I got a thought on Arkansas basketball we'll get to, but I want to take Sterling's call here as we jump in at 8:04 on a Friday. Sterling, good morning. What's going on, my man?
Oh, nothing much, Bo and Chuck.
Sterling.
Guys, I hope y'all having a great morning.
Thank
David,
you.
as usual, had a great call, and I'm sure this young lady is a fine basketball coach, and I'm sure he's 100% right on what he's saying. But I just want to make a point that we had a great basketball coach last year. Mike Neighbors is a good basketball coach.
Yeah, Mike had, look, if you want to talk about the women's basketball program, they didn't have this, Hunter talked about Pittman not having everything he needed. I mean, the women's basketball program was miles behind Pittman and what they needed. And
yeah,
and they're going to have a very difficult time being among, the mid to upper tier of the SEC without it. What they decide to do there, I don't know, but it's not, there's a lot of fish to fry over there in the athletic department, and they got to figure out, internally where that fits in the pecking order, just to be frank.
Yes, exactly. And I ain't gonna say nothing disparaging. I have my own views on things. I'm gonna keep that to myself. But we had a good coach, and you talking about taking the saying about taking a knife to a gunfight. And he didn't take nothing to the fight. Neighbors had nothing. He didn't even have rocks. He was in a major war, wasn't even no rocks to pick up to throw. He didn't have a slingshot. I mean, at least David had a slingshot. Neighbors went in the SEC, the toughest women's basketball conference in the history of this planet, with nothing. Absolutely nothing. And this young lady, if they give her the same thing they gave him, she's gonna have the same fate. You can go get Nate Smith. You can go get any coach you want. It's nothing. And that's the way we want to do it. That's people's decisions, and I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just talking about Neighbors a Final Four coach. They had a top-notch coach last season. Is the only point I want to make. That's all I want to make. And I'm sure she's a great coach too, but we had one already. We don't have some good women's basketball coaches at this university. Blair, Neighbors, and Sutherland. I was a little kid when he was coaching. They had DeMonica, and they went to the Elite Eight and lost. I think they lost.
Talk about Gary Blair.
Well, Sutherland was the coach when they went to the SEC. John Sutherland was the coach back then.
Yeah, in 1990 they went to the Elite Eight and lost to Stanford, I think, in the Elite Eight. So we don't have some good women's coaches here, and and we had one last year as well. That's the only point I'd like to make. But guys, y'all do an amazing job. You have great callers. David, a Hall of Fame caller, and if you got an extra 100 in your pocket, I can use that too, David. Y'all guys have a great day.
Thank you, Sterling.
Me too,
I
man.
was just
Take
looking
care.
at the SEC women's basketball standings, and I mean, it's for. I'm going to be honest. It's the first time I've looked at them all year, so I'm just speaking off the top of my head.
We knew where Arkansas was.
No. Here's what I'm trying to determine: the schools that are at the bottom in women's basketball, where's their money going? All right. Auburn, next to the bottom. Where's their money going?
Football.
Missouri, second from the bottom. Where's their money going?
Football, basketball.
Mississippi State, beyond that. They're kind of like Arkansas. They're scrambling for every penny they can find. Florida, where's their money going?
Yep.
Alabama, Texas A&M, Georgia. That's the bottom half of women's basketball in the SEC. And it's now look, South Carolina, for example, they're at the top of the heap. Now you've also got programs like Texas and LSU, and to a great extent Oklahoma, who have the ability to cure problems with money. We don't really have that luxury right now, and I felt for Neighbors. I feel for Kelsey Music. I think one of the great accomplishments she had this year was her team still played for her, even at the end when they didn't have a prayer. And they knew they didn't have a prayer. They still played for her. And I give her credit for that. But this is purely economics. Women's basketball is about economics.
At this point, college athletics is.
Well, but particularly your programs that are on life support to begin
that's
with.
That's where I was going to go is when you get into these non-revenue producing sports. And look, let's go back. Let's have this conversation real quick because remember, Hunter said when he took the job, his charge was to have a broadly successful athletic department, and they've done that. But they haven't won in football, not at the level that Arkansas fans expect to win. So now they're trying to pump money into football, and they're get extra money to put into football to go on top of the rev share and all that. So we'll see how that goes. But the reality is if you look around the league and you go to standings of teams that are really good at football in other sports, like you just did with women's basketball, I think you're going to find a lot of similar things.
You are.
And you're not going to find a really good softball team. You're not going to find a really good track program.
Programs like Texas will do it. Programs like Texas will do it.
A handful.
Here's one thing, too, that I think must be said. Based on the actions of the Board of Trustees, Hunter's charge has changed. Hunter's charge now is we got to be good in football. Period, end of story. Doesn't mean you don't want to be good in the other things, but they've not come out and said it. But actions speak louder than words.
Pretty much they have.
But I know Bart's gnawing at the bit over there, and he knows more about how the women's stuff works than I do. But my initial thought is that I didn't say women, I said the women's game. Just so we're clear. I saw Bart laughing over there, so that's the reason I said it. But my impression is
getting killed today.
My impression is it's just an economics matter.
No, all I was going to say was that.
Are you raising your voice at me?
Look at if you just look around the country, who's good? Like who's having success at the three, include women's basketball, the four major sports right now?
Texas. I mean, you got to have a huge budget,
and they're just doing okay in basketball, right? I think they hired a really good coach.
I mean, they're going to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
that's no small accomplishment.
But they're going to be like the 9 seed in the conference
get my
tournament.
point.
Yeah,
you get my point.
$400 million budget.
But like I just pulled up the baseball top 25 just as a point of reference. UCLA's terrible in football. LSU's terrible in basketball. Texas is I guess the outlier. Mississippi State's pretty much bad in everything right now. Georgia Tech had a pretty good football season, but they're terrible in basketball. You just go down the list, and you do this with any of the four major sports. Nobody's really having success in all of them. Now there are programs that are having success in a couple. Alabama went to the college football playoff, having a great basketball season. They're not ranked in baseball. They're probably going to be in the bottom half of the SEC this year.
They got one really good player.
Yeah. So it's hard. It's hard to fund all those programs and be really good at all those programs in the modern era of sports or of college athletics. You're going to see programs cycle, I think, more and more. Like you're going to see programs cycle up in football, cycle down in basketball, cycle up in baseball, cycle down in football, cycle up in basketball. Like I think it's just going to be kind of that cyclical nature now.
Well, I think some of it will be, but I also think you have programs like South Carolina that are in a trap right now because they have to fund women's basketball. But I would imagine if you talk to the average South Carolina Gamecock fan, would you give up the success in women's basketball for a national championship or a college football playoff run? That'd be a tough answer for a lot of people. Now, you'd get some hard no's, but you'd also get a lot of people saying yes. So, you know, some of it will be cyclical.
One stadium holds 80,000, the other holds 16,000.
But I think about that AD over there at South Carolina. He can't say. You think he's going to walk into Dawn Staley's office and say, hey, I'm sorry, but we got to redirect some funds? I don't know how you make it work.
The issue that you have is
they're so bad at everything.
We have a situation which we talk about routinely of business acumen being applied to something that wasn't supposed to be a business. Well, now it is a business. It can't help but be a business because you've got to come up with money to pay people. Like most people would say, we can't afford to hire all these employees, so we're just not going to grow, right? So we're gonna be a smaller business. Well, you can't do that because you're gonna lose in the league, and then what are you doing there? So you're forced to compete. So now you're forced to hire employees that you can't afford to hire, and then you're forced to continue growing other businesses within your athletic department that aren't making money. In fact, they're losing money to the tune of millions of dollars. Women's basketball at Arkansas made, $254,000 last year and spent $6 million? There's no business that can stay in business doing that year over year. So everything changed, but the model hasn't changed.
Right.
And if you're an AD, you have an impossible job right now. And so you got to figure out, all right, well, how do you keep the most people happy?
Who do I want to make mad today?
That's it. If you want to make somebody happy, go to Blakeman's. They got everything you need to make somebody's day at Blakeman's. It's not just jewelry. It's about the experience. It's the customer service. It's the relationship. And really, it's about your story. But having something to mark a moment. You got celebratory moments happening all over the place right now. People having days of their lives. We talked to Eli Schwartzman earlier, the point guard at Farmington. An incredible victory for them last night over J.J. Andrews and Little Rock Christian. That's a moment, a lifetime moment. When you have a lifetime moment, think about Blakeman's. They'll take care of you. They'll help you remember it forever. Blakeman's, more than jewelry. It's your story. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. 8:16, good morning. Chuck has a little bit of a bad habit of getting on Facebook and buying things.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Every Hog fan dreams of stepping onto that dirt at Baum-Walker Stadium, and thanks to G&G Insurance, that dream is wide open. G&G is Fayetteville's choice for home, auto, and business insurance because they're fans just like us. They want to put you on the mound to throw out the first pitch at an Arkansas game this season. Visit ggfirstpitch.com, get a quote from their local experts, and you're in the running. Just takes a few minutes to see how much you could save, and it might land you in the center of the diamond. That's ggfirstpitch.com to win today.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
At First Security, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal. When you walk in, call, or click, you're working with people who live here, know the community, and understand what you're trying to accomplish. Whether it's managing day-to-day spending or planning for something bigger, it's real support from real people who care enough to listen. Discover what better banking feels like. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC. Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorback. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. All right, it's officially tax season, and your local H&R Block is ready to knock it out with you. You can just walk in or grab an appointment, and you're getting 100% accuracy in your max refund or your money back. That's real people right here in your neighborhood, helping you get it done the right way. Not just now, but year-round. H&R Block. Walk in or book an appointment today. If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand? It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Would you play a flag football game?
I'm not sure I would now. There was a time, yes. I sprained my ankle about 5 years ago, and I've got a psychological hurdle I just can't get over. It hurt like hell, man.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That does hurt, man. That's brutal. Speaking of that, Darius Acuff's he doesn't look hurt when he's out there, but you know it's wearing on him, and it's got to be. And so the question becomes, what do you do for the best run in March? And we talked about this a little bit earlier in the week. Cal mentioned when they went to Florida that wasn't his team, and he, after evaluating, they had really been unable to have full-on practice, a lot of walkthroughs, and a lot of teaching, but not out there getting after it because they were just trying to get guys healthy. And he felt like his team lost their edge a little bit. There is something going into this Missouri game, going into the SEC tournament, to be said for momentum. Which do you take? Do you try to keep it rolling and go up there and play like you have to win this game at Missouri, even though you don't have to, and try to keep that momentum that you got from Bud Walton Arena on Wednesday night? Or do you play it a little bit differently? And I know as a coach, like, I couldn't do this because I think a lot of coaches are like this. They just couldn't stand the idea of not winning a game, like ever throwing off, with the idea that it's better for the long haul, and sometimes it actually is. That's a really difficult decision and thing to do.
I know all week long, everywhere in Arkansas, there's been some kind of discussion going about, what do you think? You think they ought to play ACUF this weekend or not? Here's the one thing that I do know, whether he plays or whether anybody else plays. When that game starts, the players on the floor, they're not thinking about, well, regardless of how this game turns out today, we're going to be the number 3 seed next week. There's not a single player out there that thinks that. Now, we think it. You're watching the game at home. You're thinking it. They're not thinking that out there. Can Arkansas beat Missouri at Missouri without Darius Acuff? Absolutely they can. Can Missouri beat Arkansas at Missouri with Darius Acuff? Absolutely they can. If he doesn't play, does it affect Arkansas? Sure. But I don't think once that game tips off, anybody's mindset's any different than it was for any other game. If Darius Acuff, let's just say for the sake of argument, I don't know if it's going to happen this way or not. Let's say Darius Acuff doesn't play tomorrow. You're going to tell me tomorrow's not a huge game for DJ Wagner? I mean, it's a massive game for DJ Wagner, and he's been playing well. Anytime any player isn't playing and the guy that replaces him steps in, it's a big day for that guy, and therefore it's a big day for your team. So they've got to make a decision long-term on what they think's best regarding Acuff tomorrow. But if they decide to play him, go win the game. And if you decide to sit him, go win the game. I mean, to me, that's we can debate it, but from a player's perspective, and that's what matters most, they're going to be playing to win the game.
It is when you think about it, like when you call the game and when you're a Razorback fan watching the game, when the game starts, man, you're not thinking about you want to win the game.
Absolutely.
Everybody watching, everybody involved, anybody invested in any way wants to win the game. And that would be it'd be a great finish to the season. You'd feel great going into the SEC tournament. I think you're going to feel great either way. And you got Trevin Brazil going back to where his college career began to perhaps finish off his.
They've been on him pretty good a time or two up there over the course of his career when he's gone back. So, yeah, it'd be nice to see him have a big game.
Yeah, it'd be fun. John Rothstein has some interesting thoughts. This guy eats, drinks, sleeps college basketball the entire year, not just in, January, February, March, but this is all year. CBS Sports college basketball analyst said this about Arkansas.
It is a real struggle for this team, as we saw last week against Florida, to go against a team with massive size and thickness down low. Florida's front line pulverized Arkansas. But if the matchups fall in the Razorbacks' favor, I think we'll be seeing Arkansas in the second week into the NCAA tournament. I would expect Arkansas right now to probably be a 5 seed. We'll see what happens at the SEC tournament. But Arkansas is going to be playing one of those 50-50 games in the round of 32 for the right to go to the Sweet 16. But there will not be a better point guard that you will see during the 2026 NCAA tournament than Darius Acuff. There is more than a legitimate chance, in my opinion, that the Razorbacks could go to the second weekend again for the second straight year under John Calipari.
I'm glad he said that the way he said it, because sometimes when you lose a game like you lost the other night at Florida, people think, well, we can't win the national championship. We're not good enough to get there. Arkansas won't play Florida until they get there. I mean, you're not playing Florida in the round of 32. You're probably not going to play a team that's as good as Florida in the round of 32. So play. Get some momentum built up. If you play them at the end of the season, if you meet them in the Final Four, well, you know exactly what they've got, and you know exactly what you've got to do to beat them. But I don't think the mindset at the beginning of the tournament, well, we're not as good as Florida. I don't think that should impede you in any way.
Bart's in the Chevy situation.
I can
room.
See his mind
going wild. What do you have?
So Joe Lunardi has a new bracket out, just came out.
Sweet.
Breaking
moments
ago. This is the first bracket that actually looks like it's getting down to serious business.
Okay.
I would say.
Brass tacks.
He does have Arkansas as a 5 seed.
I was going off Chuck's old, like Chuck used to say that on Sports Rap. If you want to boil it down to brass tacks.
He does have Arkansas as a 5 seed, playing 12 seed South Florida in the first round in Philadelphia. And the 4 seed there is Kansas, matched up with a very, very frisky High Point team.
Frisky. Those frisky teams are the ones that'll get
High Point is the 13 seed that I think you need to watch
But
out for this year.
The point there is all those teams are good. Any of them could beat Arkansas. But they're not Florida.
That is the Midwest region in Chicago. Chicago is the regional there. Michigan, the number 1 seed in that bracket.
Going to have to beat a great team. You're going to, or somebody is.
You're going to have to beat a lot of good teams. But that paints a more accurate picture of what the selection committee might do. Right?
Why do you think that? Why do you think that?
As opposed to some of these earlier brackets where it would have Arkansas matched up against, as a 5 seed, matched up in a bracket with a Texas Tech, for example, out west in San Diego. That's just not very likely. Not saying the chance is 0, but it's just not likely that the selection committee would do that unless their hand was forced. Because it tries to avoid rematches in the first and second rounds.
Tries to.
Yes.
All right. We got a lot going on that we can be watching now. We're also watching this, looking ahead. Macadoodle's bringing you what to watch today, and Guess Who in Bentonville. So, Bart, maybe you could tell us what to be watching this weekend. What are the big things? You don't have to go with everything, but what are some things that you're particularly watching?
Well, I mean, it's going to be a great final day in the SEC of the regular season. A lot of good games. Obviously, the Hogs and Mizzou. Vandy is at Tennessee. Florida is at Kentucky. Auburn's at Alabama. Just some really good matchups in the SEC tomorrow. Of course, UNC Duke is tomorrow as well. Today, though, like you've got a lot of conference tournament action that's getting underway. UCA plays Bellarmine in the A-Sun Championship quarterfinal. That's at 11 o'clock this morning on ESPN Plus. And you've got some of these teams that are just like worth paying attention to as we get into March Madness. Winthrop is a team that, is very good. Can they beat somebody in the first round of the NCAA tournament if they get in? Absolutely. They play today in the Big South at 1:30 on ESPN Plus. Murray State in the Valley. They're probably not going to get in unless they get on a run, but a very capable team. I actually made a list of like the teams in some of these smaller conferences.
It's incredible.
That have been playing really well since the start of February. These are the teams that you look for that can maybe give trouble to a power conference team in the tournament. You're looking at Hofstra, Northern Iowa. Tulsa's been playing really well. I mentioned High Point. UMBC, who won as a 16 seed a couple years ago.
Frisky team. Frisky.
UNC Wilmington out of the Colonial. Like these are good teams that are playing well that you can watch today, tomorrow, over the course of the weekend in their conference tournaments. These are really fun, entertaining games that are being played at some of these smaller conferences. They're worth watching.
You could teach a class. You could teach a class.
On what?
On things to watch in the teams.
Miscellaneous. Just miscellaneous.
There's just like bracketology. He should be a guest professor at the university. I mean, I hear you got to better define what the class is, but it's things you'll not hear anywhere else.
Joe Lenardi's muse.
The name of the class is Things You Will Not Hear Anywhere Else, and it covers a broad spectrum of topics. What to Watch is brought to you by Macadoodles. More than 20,000 customers are earning bonus points right now, loyalty points. You go in there, you stack those up, man, you get something great. Next time you go in, you're like, wow, I got enough to get that great bottle of bourbon or whatever it is you like. Bottles of wine, 15% off every Wednesday on Wine Down Wednesday. It's the customer service. There are just great deals to be had at Macadoodles. Their pricing, I think you'll find it to be fabulous, but it's really the customer service along with the selection that people go there for. In Pineville, just north of Bella Vista, or at Guess Who in Bentonville, you'll enjoy your shopping experience for your next big event or any event with Macadoodles. 8:31, good morning. Do you have more opinions today? Do you have more things that we haven't gotten to?
Hell yeah, brother.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
People were so excited about just our showing up when we said we're going to show up, calling them back. When we gave them a price, the price didn't change throughout the job. The price was what the price was. And so that experience that I've got in the years that I've been in customer service has taught me that if you could just keep your word, people will keep coming back.
It's what Clay Maxey and the people of Teamwork Roofing and Construction are all about. Learn more at teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork.
There's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
One of my things right now, why am I still going? I can't leave this profession like it is and then walk away because my son's in this profession. There are young coaches in this profession. And so I'm looking at this saying, we got to be part of this solution before we walk away from this. And that's part of my purpose now. Why is he speaking out about this? I want the kids to make money. I always have. I've been one of those coaches that said they should have a right to their name, image, and likeness. It's theirs. They should be able to sell it. Because we wouldn't respond that way, because of the arrogance, because of the way where you're worried about the organization instead of the kids, we're where we are right now. Now, free agency, NIL, tampering, offering, all this stuff, instead of you come with me because I can make a difference in your life. We can work together. I'm not telling you I have a magic wand, but what I'm telling you is these kids, look what they've done, where they've gone. And they were sitting where you were. So we have a history of doing it, but I can't do it for you. But I've always been about the kids getting money. I've been that way. But now where we are, no guardrails, no rules. They'll make rules to certain people now. We'll go back to, things. They're paying a quarterback $6-7 million. How? I mean, I don't understand under what we're doing how you do that. I don't care that they do it, but just explain to us how we're to do this.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa. Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I will confess, I've reached the point in my life when my main goal every day is to get home. So once I'm there, it's going to take quite a bit to get me back out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
A lot going on at Oaklawn. Download the Oaklawn Sports app. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. You can get in there and have some fun on futures going on right now. Postseason basketball. Zach Gillum's joining us. He is the VP of Racing and Wagering. Of course, we got racing going on at Oaklawn, too. We'll get to that. Zach, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are y'all today?
We're excited. It's postseason basketball time. We got high school playoff action, exciting stuff happening there. We've got all these conference tournaments with teams trying to get into the NCAA tournament. And Arkansas finishing up the regular season tomorrow. What are the odds? We're curious on the odds for the SEC tournament. When will we expect those to hit the board on who could win the SEC tournament?
Yeah, so I expect those to be on the board. I believe the last regular season game for an SEC team is on Saturday. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but as soon as those games have wrapped up, I expect to see that hit the board, just ensuring that we have all the seating buttoned up and know exactly where everyone's going to be expected to play that first matchup.
And then, of course, Arkansas is at Missouri tomorrow at 11 a.m. That's usually like a day of game line, but it's so early. I wonder how early the line will be out.
It is actually on the board, so that is a great question to ask. Arkansas at Missouri on the board, Saturday, 11 a.m. tip-off. Right now, the Razorbacks 2.5-point favorites, total at 161.5. The consensus from people that have given me feedback, the line feels too low, so won't be shocked to see that grow, maybe get to 4.5. So now could be the time to jump in.
Hey, Zach, what's March like? In the Oaklawn Sports app, what's the volume like as we move into the heart of the basketball tournaments?
A lot of it does depend on the Razorbacks. Obviously, no matter what, the casual public, the fans love March Madness. Yeah. They love the conference tournaments, love that opening weekend, that round one, round two, where it's just nonstop action, pretty much 4 games going at a time. So it generates some action. Last year was a lot of fun, obviously, with the Razorbacks making a deep run. They continued to win as underdogs. They were covering spreads. So the volume was there, but the win was not. We were paying out a lot of people last year, which, it's fun. Everybody's having a great time. The sports book here in the casino was very lively. People were hugging that didn't know each other. I had to ask one guy to put his shirt back on. So,
that's great.
It was a really good time. I really love March. As a sports fan, it's hard to pick really what's your favorite month. You have in the fall where you have pretty much every major sport in action at the same time. But then you have months like this where it's March Madness, leads you into the Masters. We get to Arkansas Derby. So it's tough to choose, but this is a great time of year, an exciting part of the season to be a part of the app.
I apologize, Zach. I appreciate you not mentioning my name for taking my shirt off.
Yeah.
I do appreciate.
I didn't want to call you out. We try to say what happens here stays here. So.
I know, but I'll own it. It does. Can you imagine sitting in the Oaklawn Sportsbook watching the SEC tournament?
I was thinking about
just
that.
watching the SEC tournament.
That would be fun.
I mean, we're not even at March, the NCAA March Madness tournament yet, but just for the SEC tournament to sit there and just watch games and have some fun. And you got racing going on right now too.
Yes, it's going to be a phenomenal week. It looks like weather might cooperate with us a little bit. We're kind of getting a little better each time I look at the forecast, but it's going to be a phenomenal weekend. We have a great race with the Azeri and Nitrogen, the reigning 3-year-old filly of the year. Already won a race here at Oaklawn this year, and hopefully can pull this one off and then make her way to the Apple Blossom that this year is now a Breeders' Cup win-in-your-in race for the Breeders' Cup Distaff. So even more exciting when it comes to that Apple Blossom that we race on April 11th.
Back to basketball. What about the Final Four? Who are the best odds? Where's Arkansas in the odds to make the Final Four? We have that yet?
Yes, that has been on the board actually pretty much for a year. So depending on when you look, those odds can drastically change. To me, I think when you're looking at the top couple selections in terms of odds, I personally don't see value in some of those. Other people do, and when you cash the ticket, obviously, hats off to you. But like Duke, Michigan, Arizona, all minus money right now. I feel like for those teams, you could probably parlay their games once you get to the tournament and probably achieve a better outcome of them getting to the Final Four. But Florida plus 125, so a little better than even money on them. UConn, who's the 4th-ranked team currently, could end up with a 1 seed. They're at plus 300. You have Gonzaga right now, who's playing fairly well in their tournament, but they're 14-1. Arkansas 14-1 to make the Final Four. Really,
14-1.
Not as many SEC teams up near the top. It's that Florida plus 125, and then the next SEC team on the board is Arkansas and Tennessee. They're both 14-1. Alabama 18-1. Kentucky back at 25-1.
Of course, college baseball, we're approaching the conference season with Arkansas. What about baseball futures to wager on at Oaklawn Sports?
Yeah, there's been a little bit of movement on those since things have posted. Arkansas at one point was first and second choice to win it all. LSU now really starting to solidify themselves up top. They are plus 550 to win the championship. UCLA is your second choice at 750. Then you have the Razorbacks. They're 12-1. So third choice, no big concern with that. Still getting double-digit odds. And then in the SEC, this is where you see a bigger change-up because Arkansas was a clear favorite here over LSU. That has flipped. LSU now plus 325. Arkansas is at plus 400. Then we have Georgia at plus 450. The Longhorns are 6-1. Vanderbilt 8-1. Tennessee 9-1. Mississippi State at 10-1.
There you go. That's how they're seeing it
thorough
at the sports book,
yeah,
and how it might shake out. Zach, great stuff. What else is going on at Oaklawn? I know we got live racing all the way through May 2nd.
Yes, through May 2nd. I think the next big thing, obviously, this weekend, the Azeri, but we're all looking forward to the Derby, which is at the end of this month on March 28th. Should have a phenomenal field there. Had a great Rebel Stakes race. Came down to a photo finish. Just Todd Fletcher, Mark Cassie's runners right there on the wire together. Very exciting day. But this weekend, you also have some motorsports in action. NASCAR so far this season, I would say they're whether it's Michael Jordan's interest in ownership or Tyler Reddick winning 3 races in a row, but I'm seeing more talk about NASCAR than I have in prior years. And this week you have the Straight Talk Wireless 500 on the board. Denny Hamlin is your favorite at plus 350. Co-favorite. William Byron also at 350. But Tyler Reddick, who's won the first 3 races of the season, at 16-1.
Download the Oaklawn Sports app, Arkansas's best sports betting app. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Zach Gillum joins us every week, Oaklawn's VP of Racing and Wagering. Zach, we appreciate it. Have a great weekend, my man.
Thank you, Zach.
Absolutely. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too. Okay. Chuck, you know what I'm going to be doing this weekend?
What's that?
Moving some stuff.
I know you are because, you did business with Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. You were ready to sell your house, and by gosh, it sold.
Bang. That was fast. You talk about getting it done. Oh.
They do that at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Whether you're buying, whether you're selling, whatever your situation is, when you're ready to make it happen, they're ready to make it happen for you. And that's what they've done since 1978. When you talk about turning houses into homes, particularly, obviously, if you're buying, they're as thorough. They are thorough. It's not as though, okay, I've found you a house. It kind of meets what you want. Good enough. It's not like that at all. They're going to help you find your dream home. And when it comes time to sell your house, don't tell them until you're ready to sell it because it's going to get sold. It's going to happen fast. Bo found that out. Everybody who deals with them finds that out. They know what they're doing, and that's a big part of it. That's a simple way to say it. But when you've got the best train in the business, you're going to have a leg up. And nobody trains their agents better than Weichert. And that's why they've been turning houses into homes.
It's the preparation on the front end.
It is.
That makes it all happen when you list your house. That's what I figured. That's what I learned from the experience. Well, some prep work to go into the market,
and then
it's ready.
They did it. You didn't do it. They did it.
I answered a couple of questions.
And 6 minutes after it was on the market, you had your first showing. Is that right?
And that afternoon, they saw the house, and a couple of days later, there was an offer, and then the house is under contract.
There you go. Log on to WikerGriffin.com.
I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurt. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Want to make this St. Patrick's Day one you'll never forget? G&G Insurance is giving you the chance to throw out the first pitch at the Razorback game on March 17th. Skip the parade and head to the mound at Baum Walker. Just visit ggfirstpitch.com, get a free fast insurance quote, and you are automatically entered to win. Support the local guys who love the Hogs as much as we do and see how much you could save on your home and auto. That's ggfirstpitch.com. Get your quote, grab your glove, and let's go Hogs.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. PG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
You know, fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. I did that with Blakeman's. They are the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's, where Arkansas gets engaged. When it comes to sports and work, we all understand preparation, performance, and recovery. And that's exactly how the Sweat No Edge works. I'm in the program myself. I've told you about it before. It's designed for men who want to stay competitive as they age, with hormone therapy for low testosterone, peptide therapy, metabolic testing, in-body scans, weight loss, and so much more. If you want to feel like you once did, get the free consultation. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Edge.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to jamesboyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show On Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Part and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Call the flipping show and have a conversation. Call the show, bring up a point, let's discuss it if you want to. But I don't think you have the guts to.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you're thinking about getting out to watch the game somewhere, walk-ons will be open. They'll be ready to go. They'll be open a little early. You can get in there. More than 60 televisions to watch the game. Get in there, get your seat, get you a Flight by Yuengling, 95 calories. It's the next generation of light beer. It tastes like a Yuengling, but it's only 95 calories. I got the hat on today. Bart's got his golf gear on, his quarter zip that doubles as his golf gear. He'll be trying to break 90 on behalf of Flight by Yuengling with his Flight by Yuengling bag.
It's going to happen.
Creek. April 17th in advance of the Big Chief that's happening, their big tournament that weekend at Big Creek and Mountain Home. What a great place. I mean, Mountain Home's awesome and Big Creek's awesome.
Somebody's got to be
It's
the
a great
opening act.
experience, and you are, yes, he's starting to feel it. It's coming back.
He knows he's the show. He knows he's the show.
There it is. Yes. Let's go. I can't wait, man. I'm excited. We got a whole March Madness tournament before we get there.
Yeah.
What do you have over there in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room?
Well, I've got some best bets for you guys for the conference tournaments that are happening right now. And these aren't necessarily look, I'm looking at a combination of teams that can win with favorable odds, right? So teams that can win the conference tournament, make it to the big dance, but also have good odds. Like, I'm not going to give you Merrimack to win the MAAC at minus 200 or whatever they
I
are.
had them.
Like, that's, well, I think they'll win it, but that's not what I'm going to give you. The Colonial Athletic Association, Hofstra plus 200 to win. They have been playing so much better than everybody else in that league over the past month or so. Hofstra plus 200. In the Valley, everybody loves a little Arch Madness. Northern Iowa.
Everybody.
Plus 400 to win the Missouri Valley. They're the 6th seed in the conference tournament. They're the second choice, though, to win it.
These are steals, Chuck.
I've got Northern Iowa circled.
In the Big Sky, Eastern Washington plus 450.
Let's go.
To win the Big Sky. We like that. In the Southland Conference, McNeese State is the favorite. They're plus 100. I really like that. If you're looking for a little bit of a longer shot, UT Rio Grande plus 700.
It's the University of Rio Grande Valley. University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley.
Who didn't know that?
And then in the Horizon League,
Upstart program.
Robert Morris plus 125 to win the Horizon League.
Kill the music just for a second. Turn it
Morris.
down just for a second. Just for a second. Here we go. This is the weekend I'm looking for right here. This is Bart just gave it to us. Bart just gave us a payday weekend.
There will come a payday someday.
All right, thank you. For all of us here at the Chuck and Bo Show, make it a profitable weekend.
Plus 450.
Have a great Razorback weekend. Softball, baseball, gymnastics against OU at Bud Walton Arena. Basketball at Missouri and Varsity Vibe Arkansas for all the high school playoffs.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a